What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories.
14K. Chapter 401 Listen. Advertisement. Several people stepped out almost as soon as they entered, and in front of them was an extremely familiar scene. Everyone in the guild seemed to be the same as before the accident. We are back. Several people were a little confused. Although they heard Uchiha Zanyan say that everyone had recovered, they were still a little dazed when they saw this familiar scene with their own eyes. Only a few hours had passed, but several people felt as if they had been separated for several days. Great, everyone has recovered. Wendy was very happy to see that everyone had returned to their original state. Huh, Zanyan, you are back. At this time, everyone in the guild also noticed the sudden appearance of Uchiha Zanyan. Natsu, Lucy, Wendy, Gajil and others were already in the guild. Although they disappeared for a while, no one cared and thought they had all gone to the toilet. Well, I'm back, Natsu asked. You are all okay. Huh, what are you talking about? What can happen to us? Gray was a little confused. Natsu and others told what happened before 14. Everyone was confused when they heard this. What was going on? What kind of ghost story were they telling? Another world, Edla's. There is also a fairy tale in the world of Edla's. There are evil Lucy and Big Wendy in that fairy tale. Why does it sound like listening to a story? Are you telling the truth? Urza looked at Uchiha Zanyan with an inquiring look. Uchiha Zanyan nodded. What they said is true. You all did turn into giant magic crystals before. After hearing what Uchiha Zanyan said, everyone was convinced that Natsu and others were not joking with them, but they almost became someone else's magic power without knowing it. Advertisement. Natsu and his friends might be joking together, but Uchiha Zanyan would not. This is the influence of strength. But no one felt anything. To be honest, they didn't even feel any difference, so it felt weird for them to accept it. At this moment, a voice sounded at the gate. Excuse me, is this fairy tale? Everyone looked at the door together and saw a girl with short white hair standing at the door of the fairy tale guild. The old people in the fairy tale guild who had been there for more than 3 years were stunned when they saw this girl. Listen. Almost everyone in the guild exclaimed when they saw this girl. But this is impossible. Listen died 2 years ago. This is something everyone in the guild knows. Listen also saw the appearance of everyone in the guild. As expected, everyone in the guild has not changed much. Listen ran over happily and hugged Natsu. Oh wow. Natsu was knocked down by Listen. Since you are not dead, why didn't you come back for 2 years? When other people in the guild heard Lisana calling Makarov the president, they were also sure that this was Lisana. Ah, Lisana, it's been a long time since I saw Urza and Gray. Wow, I miss them so much. She got along well with everyone in the guild, and everyone in the guild liked Lisana and treated Lisana like their own sister, so Lisana was also known as the guild sister. Many people rushed towards Lisana. I wanted to come back, but I couldn't. I think I was sucked into anima at that time. When I woke up on 920, I was already in Edla's. I was also surprised to find another fairy tale in Edla's. Everyone felt a little different, but the people I knew were all there. Quote. But at this time, the fairy tale guild had changed a lot, and she was a little homesick. She didn't know if it was still the guild she knew, but she finally felt relieved when she saw everyone's appearance. Advertisement. Happy. It's me, Lisana. Quote. You should have died 2 years ago. Lisana was the most popular person in the fairy tale guild, and Lisana herself had the attributes of a little girl. Makarov asked in disbelief. Ray. Lisana, is it really you? Lisana nodded. Yes, President, it's me. Makarov burst into tears when he heard this, and his tears couldn't stop flowing out. 013507014 Falcon 192,202,200. Hearing Lisana say this, everyone was sure that this was the real Lisana. Everyone. Long time no see. Wait a minute, Lisana, you shouldn't have died 2 years ago. It's really Lisana, but she didn't expect that she was sucked into a hole in the sky just now, and she realized that the people in the guild had long known that she was not Lisana from their world. When she appeared again, she saw an extremely familiar scene in front of her, Magnolia Town, and she immediately ran towards Fairy Tale. I didn't have the courage to say it, so I stayed in that guild. I stayed there for 2 years until I saw Natsu and Happy appear not long ago. Now they are all very happy to see Lisana come back to life. Voila, I didn't die. 2 years ago, when I, Sister Mira and Brother Elfman were on a mission, I lost consciousness. We can see the real Natsu again. Lisana stood up and looked at everyone in Fairy Tale and said. Natsu asked puzzledly. Why didn't you tell the truth at that time? 2 years ago, when they learned that Lisana was dead, everyone was very sad for a while, and they even saw Mira become what she is now because of this reason. And everyone thought I was Lisana of Edris. Maybe Lisana of Edris is really dead. Natsu also realized at this time that this Lisana was the Lisana they met in the fairy tale guild in Edlas. I couldn't say it. She has been in that world for 2 years. If she said it out loud and let everyone in the guild know that she was another person, I don't know how sad they would be. Advertisement. Chapter 402. Can't provoke. Advertisement. After hearing this, everyone was completely convinced that there really was another world. President Makarov had long known about the existence of Edris, because Fairy Tale Guild pharmacist Ms. Polyuzica was from the world of Edris. But he didn't expect Lysina to go to Edris. No matter what, the best thing was that Lysina was safe. Cardia Cathedral. In the cemetery behind the church, Lysina was buried here because her body could not be found. After Lysina's death, Mira and Elfman would come here every year to pay tribute to Lysina. Sister, it's time to go, Elfman said to Mira, holding an umbrella. Stay a little longer. This is the only time of the year when I come to accompany Lysina. Mira is usually busy working in the Fairy Tale Guild. Although it is not far from here and she can come anytime, she will think of Lysina when she comes here, and then think of Lysina's death, and she will be sad. If that happens, she will not be able to work well, and the guild members will also be worried. Suddenly, a voice sounded, Sister Mira, Brother Elfman. Hearing this familiar voice, Mira and Elfman turned around together, and then saw a person who made them unbelievable appear. Mira and Elfman couldn't control the expressions on their faces, and their bodies kept shaking. You are lying, Lysina. Lysina hugged Mira and said, I'm back. Quote. Mira wiped the tears from her face. Welcome back. Lysina is back. I'm not going to work today. I'm going to eat and drink to my heart's content. Welcome home, Lysina. Originally, the atmosphere in the guild was a bit dull due to the gloomy rainy day, but now the guild has become extremely lively because of Lysina's return. Huh. Aluza actually has a boyfriend. Lysina was shocked when she heard that Urza had a boyfriend. Who is Urza? She is the fairy queen, the strongest woman in the Fairy Tale Guild, and she actually has a boyfriend. Who in the guild can be Urza's opponent? Aluza was embarrassed immediately. Advertisement. Yeah, Urza's boyfriend is super awesome. Several people chattered about Uchiha Zanyan, and Lysina opened her mouth wide, showing an expression as if she was listening to a novel. Uchiha Zanyan joined Fairy Tale for only more than half a year, but she has done so many great things. Even the powerful kingdom of Edlas was defeated by Uchiha Zanyan. It turns out that the reason she returned to Ace Landon was that Uchiha Zanyan defeated the kingdom of Edlas, reversed the Anima device, and transferred all the magic power of the world of Edlas to Ace Landon. This is too powerful. Many people fought together without knowing it, and destroyed many things. Oh my. Makarov sighed helplessly when he saw this scene. These little brats actually destroyed the guild like this again. It's a pity about the incident with Mistgang, but I hope he can be full of energy in Edlas. Guildarts said. Yes, he was trained by this guild, and the guild must be full of vitality. He didn't expect that the guild would suddenly have such a thing. The magic was so powerful that he was sucked away without noticing. New Magic Council. The last Magic Council was deceived by Arusha and Jelal to launch magic spirit power because of their infiltration. This matter was too serious, so the Magic Council had to be disbanded. But the order of the magic world needs to be maintained, so each country re-established the Magic Council, called the New Magic Council. Too outrageous. What's going on? The amount of apologies. Are all these problems caused by the same guild? Fairy Tale has been a headache since the last term. Advertisement. Don't exaggerate. They also contributed to the elimination of the 6 demon generals of the Balamu Alliance. Ogre said. He was the second seat of the last Magic Council and the only one who remained in office. The others either retired or resigned. There is no record of them being allowed to fight in the council. That was the arbitrary behavior of the local guild. Strictly speaking, even if it was the Dark Guild, they had violated the treaty prohibiting fighting between guilds, not to mention that the Balam Alliance might retaliate against the regular guilds because of this incident. Ah, that's not the case. Although those guys are allies, they are just a simple inviolable treaty. Our council has been completely renewed, and we must show the newness to the people. At this time, the chairman of the new Magic Council, Grandoma, stood up and said, in order to regain the lost trust, the problematic guilds must be strictly banned. Fairy Tale will not make this an exception. If it happens again, the guild will be disbanded immediately. Pa 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 pa. Many councillors applauded when they heard the words of the chairman Grandoma. Ogre rubbed his eyebrows with a headache. After the incident with Jelal was over, he sent people to investigate carefully. Because some things made him too concerned. Who was that huge giant? Why did the magic spirit power shoot off? What happened? But the island was destroyed, so naturally nothing was found. However, after careful investigation, Zhao Hao still found out some things. Some people were deceived by Jelal to build the Paradise Tower. They were imprisoned, but they were rescued by the Fairy Tale Guild. According to the other party's description, the person who saved them was Uchiha Zanyan of the Fairy Tale Guild. Uchiha Zanyan sent them to the shore, and they didn't know what happened afterwards. He sent someone to investigate Uchiha Zanyan, but they didn't find any useful information. The other party's origin was mysterious. Before joining Fairy Tale, the entire magic world had no information about him. This person seemed to have appeared out of thin air, and his strength was too terrifying and powerful. He easily defeated the 10 great magicians Joseph Zala. He had a hunch that the super giant that appeared at the end might also be related to Uchiha Zanyan. If that was true, the Magic Council might not be able to afford to provoke him. Advertisement. Chapter 403. Strength Soars. Advertisement. Miss Mira, Kana said she wanted to leave the guild, but she didn't say why. What's going on? Lucy reported to Mira that Kana suddenly broke into her bathroom last night and said she wanted to leave the Fairy Tale Guild. She has just become a companion for a short time, and Kana is a veteran wizard among the members of the Fairy Tale Guild. Now she suddenly wants to leave the fairy tale guild, and she doesn't say the specific reason. How can she not be worried and anxious? Mira smiled when she heard this. It doesn't matter, as long as Kana always says that at this time. Lucy was a little confused. Is this a common thing? At this time, Natsu and Happy hurriedly ran by. Work, work. Love, wait a minute, if I work, I will. Lucy saw Natsu and Happy going to work and hurriedly asked to join. Although she got 1 million because of the mission of the 6 demon generals, 1 million J is not a lot. 543. Paying rent, shopping, eating and drinking, a lot of money is spent. She doesn't want to live off her savings, so she still has to work hard. Sorry, I have to do it alone at this time. Natsu rejected Lucy's request to work together without hesitation. Lucy was a little confused. This was the first time Natsu refused her to do a task together. I'm back. Gray ran back in a dusty state. Advertisement. You're back, Gray. Where are your clothes? Now is not the time to worry about clothes. Next job. Gray picked up the next commission and ran out immediately. Elfman ran over quickly. Sister, I want to do this job. Then many people from the guild came over. Work, work. Hey, you be asterisk 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 D, I found it first. Who cares about you? Get out of the way. Lucy was pushed aside and was a little confused. What on earth happened? These guys who usually like to slack off have become so diligent. Ding ding ding. Let's stop here. He was the strongest ace in the Phantom Ruler Guild, but after coming to Fairy Tail, he found that there was no simple S-class wizard in the Fairy Tail Guild. No, you are worthy of being named Urza, you are extraordinary. Lily was also a little confused. What was going on? He was the captain of the first magic combat unit of the Adra's Kingdom Army. Tang Ran was so easily defeated by anyone from Adra's. Mira smiled and said, you will know tomorrow. Later, after hearing that Gajil was a wizard of Fairy Tail, Urza praised Lily. Since Gajil was easily defeated by Uchiha Zanyan, he has been practicing hard during this period and his strength has increased a lot. He met Gajil on the street. Gajil saw that Lily was a talking cat like Happy and Charlu, and could also use flying magic. Advertisement. Bang. He wanted to subdue Lily immediately. He has been looking for cats all this time. Natsu has Happy, Wendy has Charlu, and as a Dragon Slayer wizard, he has no cat, which makes him feel like a fake. He wanted to join Fairy Tail and see what the guild where the prince had been for 7 years was like, so he agreed to become Gajil's cat. Lily wiped the sweat off his face. It took too short to recover to his original body. Lily felt that Fairy Tail was very good. It was an outlier among the tribe members and the same in the Kingdom Army because it had magic power in its body, but it was very ordinary in this guild. How could Lily surrender? However, after a battle, Hanzo Lily found that the opponent was so strong that he was easily defeated. Urza noticed that Lily's power had weakened a little, so she stopped. By the way, where is Uchiha Zanyan? I haven't seen him for several days. He won't go to work too, right? Everyone in the guild had magic power in their bodies, and it felt very comfortable here. This black cat is the captain of the first magic combat unit of the Kingdom of Edris. Hanzo Lily also came to the world of Ace Landon because of the reverse activation of Anima by Mistgang. Aluza turned her head and smiled when she heard Lucis' words. No, he said that he has magic power and wants to practice magic well. It seems that his strength is going to make a breakthrough again. Breakthrough. How strong does that monster have to become to be satisfied? Lucy was speechless. In her eyes, Uchiha Zanyan was a genuine super monster. Uchiha Zanyan's current strength was already a level that other magicians could never reach in their lifetime. As a result, her strength did not break through much, and Uchiha Zanyan was going to become stronger again, this monster. At this time, on a deserted island far away from Magnolia Town, Uchiha Zanyan was fusing the Dragon Slayer magic crystal. So when he saw Lily, he wanted to subdue him immediately. What? There are people who are anxious to go to work, and there are people who are exactly the same as usual. What is going on? Lucy was confused, and Kana, obviously something was going to happen, but she didn't know. Lily turned into a small black cat. If it was Edla's, who had weak magic power, he would always be in a giant size, but in this world he could only maintain this form. Thunder gods, fire dragons, he had a strong sense of crisis. He was ashamed of the ace of the Phantom Ruler Guild. Uchiha Zanyan was a monster, but how could he lose to others like this? Lily could feel the superb swordsmanship of Urza, and it was obvious that the other party had not yet shown her true ability. As an S-class wizard of the Fairy Tail Guild, the other party must be stronger than Gajil. A giant black cat is competing with Urza in swordsmanship. As this, the strength that is called S-level in this guild. He seemed to be unable to beat an S-class wizard, not only that, but there were many powerful wizards in the Fairy Tail Guild. But it's really wonderful, amazing swordsmanship. Advertisement. Chapter 404. S-class promotion quota. Advertisement. Crack. A sound of magic crystal shattering came from Uchiha Zanyan's body. The poison dragon slayer magic crystal was shattered. To be honest, even if he completely inherited the habits of the evil ghost, he had no interest in humans. After eating the dragon, humans were nothing. He felt that his physical fitness and even his lifespan were constantly increasing. He didn't know how much, but he knew one thing, that is, it was really difficult for him to die now. Continue. Uchiha Zanyan continued to break the dragon-killing magic crystal in his body. Roar. Another giant dragon phantom emerged from Uchiha Zanyan's body, and dense lightning emanated from Uchiha Zanyan's body. This time it was the magic crystal of the thunder dragon. The lightning shattered everything around it, and large areas of burning marks appeared on the ground. After absorbing the magic crystal of the thunder dragon, Uchiha Zanyan absorbed the rock dragon, dark dragon, and light dragon. At this time, a sun rose above the sea, and the golden light of the eye illuminated everything in the world. Uchiha Zanyan stood in the air, emitting dazzling light, looking like a real sun god. At this time, the real sun on the sea level also slowly rose. The light on Uchiha Zanyan slowly withdrew, revealing his original face. So far, all 9 dragon-killing magic crystals have been absorbed by Uchiha Zanyan. Roar. Uchiha Zanyan looked up to the sky and roared. That was the roar of a giant dragon. The sky was rolling with clouds, and the calm sea began to boil. 9 dragon-killing magic crystals of different attributes were all swallowed by Uchiha Zanyan, and he felt that he could break the space with a fist. So strong. Uchiha Zanyan felt his current strength and was very shocked. He was too strong now. According to the novel, he should be like a big adult. Although Uchiha Zanyan's body was very strong before, it was Uchiha Zanyan's weakest point. His strength was supported by various buffs. It's different now. His body is the strongest of all his powers, so strong that he is a little scared. Moreover, this power is still evolving. Advertisement. He also found the main reason, which is the breathing method. His breathing method itself is the kind that stimulates potential. In the past, it stimulated the potential of humans, now it stimulates the potential of ministers. He now feels more and more that he is really lucky. The harvest from the Demon Slayer world has benefited him a lot. Uchiha Zanyan is in a good mood. The world of fairy tale is indeed a blessed land. He has gained a lot. Whoosh. Uchiha Zanyan activates Flying Thunder God technique to return to fairy tale. When Uchiha Zanyan returns to fairy tale has gathered a lot of people, and the stage is surrounded by cloth. Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan was seen by Lucy when he returned to the guild. Huh, why are there so many people? Uchiha Zanyan asked Lucy. I don't know, it seems that the president has something important to announce. Everyone has been so secretive these days. At this time, the curtain was pulled open. President Makarov and the S-class wizards in the guild were all standing on the stage. President, I've been waiting for you for a long time. Announce it quickly. Who is it this year? Seeing Makarov appear, everyone in the guild couldn't help but cheer. Ahem, according to the ancient practice of fairy tale, the list of participants in the S-class wizard promotion test is about to be announced. Oh. S-class wizard promotion test. Lucy was really shocked by the news. Although she knew something must be wrong, she didn't expect it to be such a thing. I'm excited. Natsu shouted excitedly. Is it time for the S-class attack exam? Uchiha Zanyan didn't expect it to be this time. Advertisement. This year's test president is Tenro Island, the holy land of our guild. Quote. I have carefully observed your respective strengths, hearts, and souls this year. There are a total of 9 participants. 0. Natsu Dragnagel. Oh, Natsu shouted excitedly. Great, Natsu. Happy congratulated Natsu. He knew that what Natsu was most looking forward to was to be promoted to an S-class wizard. He had never been qualified before, but he finally got the qualification for the assessment this year. Gray Fullpasta. Finally, this day has come. Gray also showed a confident smile on his face. Since Listena's incident, the president's requirements for S-class wizards have become more and more stringent. This is also the first time he has obtained the qualification for the S-class wizard assessment. Juvia rocks. Huh, Juvia too. Juvia was a little surprised that she had also obtained the qualification. She had only joined Fairy Tail not long ago. Elfman, if you are a man, you must become S-class. After Lysina came back, Elfman was finally no longer afraid and could freely accept it completely. Kana Alberona. Kana was not happy to hear the news but looked sad instead. Philide Justin. I will inherit Laxus's position. Levi Makugaden. Quote. Quote. Meister Glade. It's Meister. It was a pity last year. The last one, Uchiha Zanyan. Door. Advertisement. Chapter 405 Partner. Advertisement. Everyone in the Fairy Tail Guild was shocked when they heard the last name. If Makarov hadn't said Uchiha Zanyan's name, they would have almost forgotten that Uchiha Zanyan was a newcomer who had just joined the Fairy Tail Guild for half a year. He is not an S-class wizard in the Fairy Tail Guild yet. President. It's too unfair to let Zanyan join. Yes, Zanyan is really too good. If Uchiha Zanyan joins, there will be no suspense. Everyone in the guild opposed it. Uchiha Zanyan is too strong. If he participates in the assessment together, there will be no chance for other contestants. Zanyan didn't expect that he would be among the promotion quotas. During the time he joined, 370, and joined Fairy Tail, except for the mission completed on Karna Island, he didn't go out for a mission at other times. So naturally he thought that he would not be included. Well, I have also considered this situation, so I have increased the number of qualified candidates from the original 1 to 2. That means that this time, 2 of the 9 participants will become S-class wizards. 2. The participants in the guild also quieted down after hearing this. To be honest, they really had no confidence that they could compete with Uchiha Zanyan if there was only one. Uchiha Zanyan is not like them who only have a certain kind of magic. Uchiha Zanyan is omnipotent, as if he knows everything, and all his powers are super strong, so strong that it is outrageous. The test will be conducted in a week, everyone adjust your status. Gajil Khan was anxious. Why am I not selected? Even Juvia is selected. He is the ace in the Phantom Ruler Guild, and his strength is naturally stronger than Juvia, but now Juvia is selected, but his name is not included. Lily said. I heard about your position in the guild, you don't seem to be trusted. Quote. No, although I can't tell you, but it was Urza who said that. Urza liked the little black cat Lily very much, so she told Lily a lot of things in the guild. Advertisement. Gajil looked up at Urza. Damn it. Since some people are participating for the first time, I will explain the rules first. The 9 selected people must choose a partner within a week of preparation time. There are 2 rules for choosing a partner. The first is that the partner must be a member of Fairy Tail, and the second is that S-class magicians are not allowed to be selected as partners. Lily thought and said. That means Urza, Mira and Gildarts cannot join the team, right? Wendy said. If you team up with Miss Urza, it will be too strong. The specific test content will be explained after arriving at Tenro Island. This time Urza will obstruct you. Urza obstructs, does it mean that you need to defeat Urza to pass the level? I will also go to obstruct you this time. Mira said with a bright smile. Mira is fine. Yes, Mira is fine. Quote. Mira became a logistics staff of Fairy Tail because she couldn't use magic. If it was the previous Mira, she would be a woman with the same strength as Urza. Boom. Powerful magic burst out from Mira's body, and then she completed the Satan transformation, and suddenly turned from a sweet and beautiful girl into a devil sister. Wow. Many people in the Fairy Tail Guild were shocked. Looking at the devil's claws and scaly tail, if these claws hit the stone would be crushed like tofu. Mira said with a somewhat evil smile, I have restored my magic. Quote. As this, Miss Myra's magic. Advertisement. Lucy has been in the Fairy Tail Guild for half a year, and this is the first time she has seen Myra's magic. She only saw Mira using some simple transformation magic before. The magic power and momentum that Mira is exploding now are too powerful. This is completely different from the usual approachable appearance of just serving tea and pouring water. Happy explained. Mira is known as the Magic Man, and she was once a powerful wizard who was as powerful as Urza. Single quote. But now it is obvious that Urza is stronger. Since Urza became Uchiha Zanyan's girlfriend, her temperament has changed a lot. She used to be competitive, like when Natsu issued a challenge, Urza would accept it. Now, although Urza is also competitive, she is more confident and calm. This feeling is very familiar, and it can be felt in Uchiha Zanyan and Gildarts. This is the change brought about by the difference in strength. Difficult. Does it mean that only by defeating Urza and Miss Mira can we become S-class? Well, anyway, it seems that we will not get away with it. Quote. Anyway, it is very difficult, do you understand? At this time, Gildarts said. Don't complain, this is the only way to become an S-class wizard. Wait a minute. Quote. Natsu was excited. Will Gildarts scream too? You are so happy. Gray complained that with Uchiha Zanyan joining, there are 0.6 Mira and Urza, which is already troublesome enough. Now there is another Gildarts. The uncle's strength is obvious to all. If the uncle also participates, it will be more troublesome. The selected 9 people and your partners will gather at Harjanport in a week. It's over. Makarov announced that this matter is over. Everyone in the guild sat together in groups to discuss who would become the new S-class wizard. Uchiha Zanyan was a foregone conclusion in their opinion. Uchiha Zanyan's strength was unique, and it was not something that could be changed by luck or wisdom. No matter how rigorous the assessment was, it could not stop this man. The question was who would be the second to advance. Gray crossed his arms and said with a sad face, this year's situation is really extremely severe. Advertisement. Chapter 406. Expectation. Advertisement. What a surprise. Are all of you taking the test for the first time? Lucy thought that wizards as strong as Natsu and Gray would have already taken the test several times. I'm excited. I'm definitely going to become an S-class wizard. Natsu is still an optimist. Although there are strong people blocking him and Uchiha Zanyan, a powerful opponent, he is very excited. Oh, manly Elfman. The road to S-class is getting farther away from me. Compared with Natsu's optimism, Elfman is extremely pessimistic. The 3 S-class wizards and the monster Uchiha Zan. This is an unprecedented difficulty. It seems difficult. Although Wendy has just joined the guild, she also knows how terrible this lineup is. She can't imagine how to pass it. Listener encouraged. Everyone should work hard. By the way, have you decided on your partners? Lucy asked curiously. If you want to pass the S-class promotion test, it is obviously very important to have a 14 gear. Of course my partner is Happy. Love, it's not fair to choose Happy. What if the test is a race? You can fly in the sky, which is not okay. Elfman's narrow-mindedness broke out. I don't care, but if we start fighting, the partner will only be a drag. Gray, don't say that too much. I will definitely let Natsu become an S-class wizard. Happy said with courage. Although you are companions, I will never give up the S-class wizard. 11. Zanyan, you have to choose the right partner. Advertisement. Lucy asked Uchiha Zanyan curiously. Urza and several S-class wizards were called by the president to participate in the assessment arrangement meeting. Me, I didn't think about it. To be honest, I didn't think my name would be mentioned. As for a partner, anyone can be chosen, or even no one. The confidence of a strong man. But that's right. For Uchiha Zanyan, anyone can be chosen, and there's no big difference between having a circle and not having one. That, Juvia wants to give up this test. Why? Because, I want to be, Gray-sama's, partner. Sorry, my partner has already been decided. Long time no see, everyone. Loki appeared beside Gray in a black suit. Loki. Gray said, we agreed last year that whoever gets the qualification for the test will have the other person as his partner. Quote. I'm sorry, Lucy, we have to temporarily terminate the contract during the test period. Don't worry, I rely on my own magic power, so it won't cause you to be unable to use magic. Lucy's body trembled. What a self-willed spirit. She is the master, but can you still be considered a member of the guild? Elfman said that Loki was also a stronger wizard in the guild at the beginning, and joining Gray's side was a big threat to him. Loki unbuttoned his shirt, revealing the fairy tale logo on his back. I will always be a fairy tale wizard. I will make Gray an S-class wizard at the cost of the pride of the guild. Please. Advertisement. Leave it to me, Lysina said. I will team up with Juvia. Elfman was shocked. Really, Lysina? I was very close to Juvia in Edris, and this Juvia is so cute. Wait a minute, Lysina, doesn't that mean I don't have a partner now? Really, someone has been looking at you as if he wants to eat you up. Elfman looked in the direction of Lysina's finger and saw Alba Green of the Thunder Gods looking at him. XES. Elfman shuddered. He lost to Alba Green in the fairy tale civil war and was beaten by her without any chance to fight back. The pain hurts my body even when I think about it now. She seems to be upset about Farad choosing Bixro as his partner. Quote. In the evening, Uchiha Zanyan returned to his home. Snow began to fall from the sky. I have been in this world for half a year without realizing it. To be honest, this world is not bad. The form of the guild is similar to that of the ninja village. It is actually very suitable for the Uchiha clan to develop here. To some extent, it is more suitable than the ninja world and the One Piece world, but it is really not needed in this world now. Because the Uchiha clan is not large in population, including the new population in the past 2 years, the Uchiha clan has not exceeded 500 people. 200 of them are children, 100 are women, and dozens are elderly people. There are only more than 100 young and strong people between the ages of 16 and 45. Now the territory he occupies in the One Piece world is very large, Whitebeard's territory. The Uchiha clan is trying their best to digest it, which is why the clan has not actively expanded to the outside world for such a long time. The current territory is enough, and it will be difficult for a big clan to swallow it. Things here can be slowed down first, anyway, it can't escape here. It's also good to train children for the clan in the future. Although there are also many disputes in this world, it is much milder than the ninja world and the world of One Piece. The existence of the Magic Council makes the regular guilds very harmonious. Although there are many dark guilds, the relationship between the two sides is not hostile, but can only be regarded as mutual dislike. Regular guilds look down on dark guilds and think that dark guilds are rats in the stinking ditch and can only do some shady tasks. Dark guilds also hate regular guilds and think that regular guilds are a group of soft eggs who are subdued. Of course, Uchiha Zanyan doesn't care about these. The main reason why he is a little sentimental is the S-level exam. If the plot does not change, the S-level exam is the first time that Fairy Tail meets the Black Dragon Acnerolia. As a guy like the ultimate boss in this world, Uchiha Zanyan would naturally not forget that this guy was also Uchiha Zanyan's main target in this world, and he was also looking forward to fighting with Akuno Rolia. Advertisement. Chapter 407 Preliminary Test. Advertisement. A week passed in the blink of an eye, and all the members who participated in the assessment took a boat to the Fairy Tale Holy Land, Tenro Island. It's so hot. It's winter. What's wrong with the weather? I'm going to melt. I really want to turn into ice and be eaten by Happy. Lucy was lying on the chair on the deck in her swimsuit, and the high temperature made her feel like she was dying of heat. It seems to be very unpalatable. Happy was lying on the table next to him, and he was also too hot to complain. Libby said weakly, "Little Lulu is too sloppy, you look like that." Kana explained, "This area is affected by convection air, and the climate is like this all year round." Lysina asked Juvia, who was dressed thickly, "Juvia, aren't you hot? Dressed like that?" "Not hot at all, but, if you have to say, Gray-sama's naked body is hot." 47 asterisk. Gray has stripped naked. In the past, he would leave a pair of pants, but this time he didn't leave any, but everyone in the guild has long been used to it. So disgusting. Zanyan, I want to faint. Hypnosis me. Natsu came to Uchiha Zanyan for help. Uchiha Zanyan said, "No, because it's almost time." Quote. "Is it coming?" Everyone looked up at the front after hearing Uchiha Zanyan's words, and sure enough, an island appeared in front of them. "I see the island. Oh, are we there yet? That's Tenro Island. There's another island on the island. There is a huge tree in the middle of the island in front of us, with lush branches and leaves, and an island formed on top, which looks very magical." At this time, Makarov's voice sounded. It is said that fairies once lived on that island, and this is the resting place of fairy tale first-generation President Mavis Viviamelio. Now the content of the preliminary test will be announced. There is smoke rising from the shore of the island. First go there. There are 9 roads there, and only one road can enter one group. Then in front of the road is like this. The team that can break through this test is the qualified person in the preliminary test. A spell screen appeared next to Makarov, showing the situation. There are 3 fights above, where teams entering from 2 passages meet and fight. Advertisement. In addition to these 3 fights, there are 3 avatars, namely Urza, Mira, and Gildarts, and the real one is fight. For the route with fight, 2 teams out of 8 teams fight each other, and only the winning team can pass. Fight is the most difficult route, where you have to defeat an active S-class wizard to advance. Quote. The initial test tests force and luck. Luck. I don't see why luck is needed at all. Don't we all have to fight? Makarov explained. Luck is something that needs to be compared. You can think about it. If you accidentally face Mira, Urza, Gildarts and Uchiha Zanyan. Everyone was a little terrified when they heard this. There might be a glimmer of hope against Mira and Urza, but against Gildarts and Uchiha Zanyan, they dared not even think about it. Theoretically, there are at most 6 groups that can pass. It would be strange if there were 6 groups. Okay, the test begins. Ah, isn't this on the sea? Natsu reacted. I see, Happy. Let's go choose the road first. Love. Happy grabbed Natsu and flew towards Tenro Island. Wow, so cunning. Quote. Natsu, UB asterisk 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 D. Bang. Natsu was about to fly away from the ship, and suddenly he seemed to hit an invisible wall. Then, a magic barrier rose around the ship. Magic. Everyone was shocked by Uchiha Zanyan's show of skill. This guy is simply omnipotent. Although the previous one was just a show of skill, everyone could see that it was a very powerful move. Just as several people looked at Uchiha Zanyan's position was empty, and a figure stood on the sea in front. It was Uchiha Zanyan. Hey, old man, is it okay for him to do that? Ribi's voice sounded. Phalide is very confident in his magic, but it depends on the person. Phalide and Bixlo flew towards Tenro Island. Advertisement. Phalide, you guy, goodbye. Ribi, what should we do? Can anyone crack the spell? Lucy complained. This is impossible. ZXXXXXXX. Everyone was a little dumbfounded. Okay, Uchiha Zanyan just casually attacked, which is a height that others can never reach in their lifetime. Good job, King Nuo. Everyone was a little excited when they heard Ribi's words. Lucy saw that her good friend Ribi actually left without caring about her, and immediately felt the same as Natsu. Several people looked in the direction of Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan was the strongest wizard in the guild, and spells of this level would definitely not stop him. Ribi, well, this is not a competition. Uchiha Zanyan waved to everyone, put his hands in his pockets and walked towards Tinlong Island. Ribi and Gajil jumped off the boat together. I rewrote it, but it's only me and Gajil. Using that move to attack, it is simply impossible to defend against. Natsu didn't mind Uchiha Zanyan being able to go out, what he minded was Uchiha Xuanchen won't take him out. Uchiha Zanyan casually threw out the kunai, and the next moment Uchiha Zanyan appeared next to the kunai and held it. Bixlo said, wouldn't it be better to keep them in there? UB asterisk 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 D, take me out with you. Zanyan, how did you get out? Phalide said, don't worry, it will be released in 5 minutes. If that guy goes first, the island will be covered with spells. In that case, it wouldn't be considered a test, and my magic can intercept others, but it can't intercept Uchiha Xuanten. Uchiha Zanyan shook the kunai in his hand. It's very simple. He only prohibits people from going out, not things from going out. Now it's the S-level promotion test, and the people participating in the test are all opponents. How can you help your opponents? Advertisement. Chapter 408. Opponent. Advertisement. I'm sorry, Xiaolu. Hehe. Natsu was very upset when he heard Gajil's laughter. UB asterisk 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 D. Hehe. Farad and I have known each other for a long time, and I can still rewrite this level of spell. Alba Green rewrote the spell. Okay, let's go, Guan Sha. Oh. Man. A asterisk hole. Natsu was even more upset, and several groups had already set off, and he fell behind. 5 minutes later. The spell barrier was automatically unlocked. Happy. Love. Happy led Natsu to the island, and the others set off immediately. Uchiha Zanyan had already arrived at Tinlong Island. There were 8 entrances to the passages in front, and Uchiha Zanyan sensed them slightly and immediately sensed the breath of several people. Uchiha Zanyan thought about it and walked into a passage. After a while, the road was opened, and Uchiha Zanyan came to a relatively spacious place. A voice came out from inside and said, oh, who is here? 720 inches it's me. Uchiha Zanyan Kaido. Oh, it's Zanyan. I never thought that my opponent would be you. Gildarts didn't expect that his opponent would be Uchiha Zanyan. He had heard about Uchiha Zanyan's affairs in the guild these days. This kid is completely a little monster. He can even defeat the 10 holy mages, although his strength is not afraid of the 10 holy mages at all. Now Uchiha Zanyan is considered by many people to be the strongest wizard of the fairy tale guild. Advertisement. And before, the strongest wizard of the fairy tale guild was himself. It has only been 3 years since he went out, and the title of the strongest has fallen on someone else. Although he doesn't care much, he still cares a little. No, I came here on purpose. They are all taking the test. I feel a little embarrassed to take the test, so I can't be their opponent. So I came here on purpose. In this way, I won't take up their place. Gildarts was stunned when he heard Uchiha Zanyan's words. Are you so confident that you can beat me? Gildarts is the strongest wizard in the fairy tale guild after all. Uchiha Zanyan came to him like this. He felt that he was underestimated by Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan nodded. Well, it should be no problem. Gildarts was speechless. This kid really doesn't know how to be polite. Then you better be careful. I hate cutting corners no matter what I do, and my magic is not good at showing mercy. No problem, Uncle Gildarts can use his strongest magic with all his strength. Well then let me see what kind of strength the strongest wizard of the fairy tale guild has, come and attack. Gildarts hooked his finger at Uchiha Zanyan. Then I'll do it, quote. Uchiha Zanyan was not polite at all, and formed a seal with one hand. Open hollow corner bracket fire style great fireball technique close hollow corner bracket. Uchiha Zanyan blew out a huge fireball from his mouth. Although he had mastered many kinds of power, the great fireball was no longer a ninjutsu, but he still used it habitually, probably because it was the first ninjutsu he learned. Oh, Gildarts was surprised to see Uchiha Zanyan spit out a blazing great fireball from his mouth. Compared to the magic of spitting out flames from the mouth, he had only seen it on Natsu. He heard that this was not magic, but Uchiha Zanyan's unique power, a ninjutsu, which was a type of power similar to magic. Open hollow corner bracket smash close hollow corner bracket. Biek. Gildarts raised his palm. Swish. A grid-like impact swept past the great fireball emitted by Uchiha Zanyan. The fireball was instantly broken into small cubes. 013507014 Filu 192,212,420. Bang. The flames disappeared. Gildarts smiled and said, if it is only this level of magic, it can't defeat me. Uchiha Zanyan nodded. Well, I also know that such a move will not cause any harm to you, in this case. Advertisement. Buzz. Uchiha Zanyan's fist was wrapped with the power of shock fruit, and a white light shield covered Uchiha Zanyan's fist. Gildarts' face immediately became serious. He had heard about Uchiha Zanyan's move. Dash exclamation mark quote. Uchiha Zanyan punched the air. Crack, crack. Dense cracks appeared in the air. Then a strong shock wave rushed towards Gildarts. Gildarts' face changed drastically, and he raised his palm and shouted loudly. Full decomposition. Gildarts decomposed the vibration force emitted by Uchiha Zanyan and turned it into a small vibration force. Boom 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 boom. But it was this small vibration force that caused the entire Tenro Island to tremble violently. Hey, you stinky boy, although I asked you to increase your strength, you are using too much strength. Do you want to destroy Tenro Island? Tenro Island is the holy land of fairy tale. If it is destroyed by people from his own guild, it will be too tragic. And he also felt that Uchiha Zanyan is indeed a little monster, he can actually emit such a controlling force. Sorry, I'm a little used to it, I won't use this power next time. Uchiha Zanyan is used to destruction on weekdays, islands and the like, he almost destroys one by one. You don't use this power. Gildarts was just about to say what power you want to use. Uchiha Zanyan's body exudes a terrifying momentum, even Gildarts can't help but feel frightened, and a fear rises in his heart. However, his powerful magic and spirit allowed him to quickly suppress this fear. What power is this? This is Conqueror's Haki. Conqueror's Haki. This is the power of the Haki system. In addition to Conqueror's Haki, there are also Musou Haki and Observation Haki. Gildarts was a little speechless. It was already amazing for them to learn a kind of magic, but this little monster's power was actually based on the system. Advertisement. Chapter 409 Wait a minute. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan's fist was attached with Armament Haki, and at the same time, it was wrapped with Armament Haki and Conqueror's Haki. I'm coming, Uchiha Zanyan said as he stepped on the ground, and his body instantly appeared in front of Gildarts, punching Gildarts with his fist. Gildarts was surprised that Uchiha Zanyan was so fast. Gildarts immediately raised his palm and released his magic. Crackling. The magic and Conqueror's Haki collided head-on. Black lightning burst out between the two people's bodies, as if conquerors and conquerors collided. So hard. Gildarts felt that Uchiha Zanyan's fist was very hard, not only hard, but also very heavy. Gildarts stepped on the ground with his heel. Exclamation mark quote. The ground behind Gildarts' heels formed a grid, removing Uchiha Zanyan's power. Uchiha Zanyan instantly raised his foot, wrapped with weapons and conquerors, and stepped on Gildarts. Gildarts immediately raised his arms to resist. Exclamation mark quote. The ground under Gildarts' feet broke apart, providing a buffer. It's so heavy. This time Gildarts felt that Uchiha Zanyan's attack was heavier, and it seemed that this kid didn't use his full strength just now. This kid couldn't be allowed to continue attacking. Gildarts raised his palm and aimed at Uchiha Zanyan. Decompose. Gildarts fired a grid-shaped impact. Uchiha Zanyan punched. Boom. Gildarts' magic was shattered by Uchiha Zanyan. What? Gildarts was a little surprised that his magic was shattered. Advertisement. Open hollow corner bracket tempest kick fire bird close hollow corner bracket. Uchiha Zanyan raised his foot and kicked, and a burning fire bird slashed towards Gildarts. Open hollow corner bracket crush close hollow corner bracket. Gildarts raised his palm and sent out a shock wave. Boom. Gildarts' attack and Uchiha Zanyan's attack were cancelled out together. Open hollow corner bracket tempest kick fire bird close hollow corner bracket. Uchiha Zanyan kicked out another fire bird slash with flames. Come again. Open hollow corner bracket crush close hollow corner bracket. Boom. Open hollow corner bracket tempest kick fire bird close hollow corner bracket. Open hollow corner bracket crush close hollow corner bracket. Open hollow corner bracket tempest kick fire bird close hollow corner bracket. Open hollow corner bracket crush close hollow corner bracket. Open hollow corner bracket tempest kick fire bird close hollow corner bracket. Open hollow corner bracket crush close hollow corner bracket. Uchiha Zanyan kept kicking out tempest kick, and Gildarts kept using crush, and the strong impact made the whole island shake constantly. What the hell is going on? All the people who participated in the assessment were shocked. Obviously, this was caused by a battle between strong people, but to be able to cause such a big fluctuation, it must be a battle between powerful people. It's Gildarts and Zanyan. After a little thought, several people knew who it was. Only a battle between Uchiha Zanyan and Gildarts could cause such a situation. Zanyan and Gildarts met. All the contestants couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief when they heard the news. If you want to say who was the most troublesome guy in the first level, it must be Uchiha Zanyan. There is no chance of winning against Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan is too strong, so strong that even they can't understand him. The second is Gildarts. Uncle Gildarts is recognized as the strongest wizard in Fairy Tail. If it weren't for the monster Uchiha Zanyan, Gildarts would still be the strongest wizard in Fairy Tail. Advertisement. Now that these two people meet, it is equivalent to solving the two most troublesome guys at once. It's so lucky that Uchiha Zanyan and Uncle Gildarts meet each other. Quote. Elfman said excitedly with a sigh of relief. Is it really a coincidence? Alba Green was also severely taught a lesson by Uchiha Zanyan, causing her to be afraid of Uchiha Zanyan now. There are a total of 9 passages. How could Uchiha Zanyan and Gildarts meet by such a coincidence? The most likely possibility is that Uchiha Zanyan took the initiative to find Gildarts. Just like taking the initiative to find them, the Thunder Gods, she was easily found in such a large town of Magnolia, and before finding her, Uchiha Zanyan also found Baikazlo. Don't think about those things, as long as the opponent is not Gildarts and Uchiha Zanyan, it proves that we are lucky enough. Suddenly, a voice sounded. Oh, is that so? Then congratulations to you, my dear brother. Elfman and Alba Green couldn't help but tremble when they heard this voice. Looking up and forward, they saw Mira, whose whole body was receiving demonization. The two were shocked. Gray said, is this a duel to decide who is the strongest wizard in Fairy Tail? Although Laxus is also very strong, his strength is still far behind Gildarts. In the melee, he was defeated by Uchiha Zanyan, and the strongest wizard in Fairy Tail was eliminated. Gildarts was the strongest wizard in Fairy Tail before, and Uchiha Zanyan is the strongest wizard in Fairy Tail now. However, the two have not officially faced off yet, so there are those who support Uncle Gildarts and those who support Uchiha Zanyan. After this duel between the two, all the suspense will be solved, and who is the strongest wizard in Fairy Tail? At this time, Gildarts, the former strongest wizard in Fairy Tail, has no words to say. Is this kid Uchiha Zanyan a monster? He has launched so many powerful attacks in a row. Doesn't magic power cost money? Wait a minute, Gildarts shouted. Uchiha Zanyan temporarily retracted his foot. Is this the only move you know? Uchiha Zanyan shook his head. No, it's just that the other moves are too powerful, and it would be too bullying to use fists and feet, so I just use this one. Uchiha Zanyan looked at Gildarts' left arm and left leg. Gildarts' injuries were almost healed, but his left leg and left arm were still prosthetics. He felt that using fists and feet on Gildarts was a bit bullying. Advertisement. Chapter 4010 The Strongest. Advertisement. Gildarts was stunned when he heard this. Was he underestimated? But seeing Uchiha Zanyan's serious face, he knew what he said was true. Gildarts smiled and said, don't worry, although I am injured, I am still the strongest wizard of Fairy Tail. Show your strength. You can't become the strongest wizard of Fairy Tail if you don't defeat me. Boom. Gildarts burst out with terrifying magic power, and the powerful magic power rushed into the sky. The ground around Gildarts' body was all broken. The gravel reversed its gravity due to the magic power and slowly floated up. The strong impact spread outward from Gildarts' body. Quote. Crack, crack. Uchiha Zanyan. 0. Had lightning on his body, and then flames appeared. Then, boom. A more terrifying magic power than Gildarts emanated from Uchiha Zanyan, and electricity and flames entangled around Uchiha Zan's body. Gildarts sensed Uchiha Zanyan's magic power and his eyes widened. This magic power. All the people who participated in the test were shocked when they sensed this magic power. What is this? Magic power. How is it possible? Makarov also widened his eyes in disbelief. This kid. He knew that Uchiha Zan had magic power, but this magic power was too terrifying. Gildarts originally wanted to suppress Uchiha Zan with powerful magic power, but he didn't expect that his magic power was suppressed by Uchiha Zan in the blink of an eye. Didn't they say that this kid just had magic power to become a wizard a while ago? How come his magic power is so terrifying now? Where did this kid's magic power come from? At this moment, he finally understood why the old man always said that this kid was a monster. This guy is a real monster. The last time he felt this kind of oppression was from the Black Dragon Acnerolia. He was defeated before and once told Natsu that humans could not defeat the Black Dragon. It seems that he said it a little too early. The pressure from the young man in front of him was no less than that of the Black Dragon Acnerolia. Uchiha Zan looked like a human-shaped dragon. Ha ha, I didn't expect you to be so powerful, but I won't give up easily. Come on, let's fight to the death. Gildarts said, and the powerful magic power condensed on his fist. Uchiha Zan's fist was also wrapped with the dragon power of the Thunder Dragon and the Fire Dragon. Open hollow corner bracket, break the evil and reveal the righteous. One day close hollow corner bracket. Open hollow corner bracket, double dragon iron fist, close hollow corner bracket. Roar. Two dragon energy shadows appeared on Uchiha Zan's fist. Uchiha Zan's fist collided with Gildarts' fist. Boom. Advertisement. A powerful impact burst out from the two fists. Ah, he is the strongest wizard in the Fairy Tail Guild. Except for the last time he met the Black Dragon Acnerolia, he has never been beaten so easily. After being abused twice in a row, Gildarts couldn't help but doubt his life. What happened? Is this still the magic world he knows? When did so many monsters appear in this world? At this time, Uchiha Zan came to Gildarts. Uncle, are you okay? No, it's okay. Zan, what kind of magic is this? Why do I feel, quote. He felt that this magic was very familiar. This is Dragon Slayer magic. Dragon Slayer magic. It turned out to be Dragon Slayer magic. No wonder he felt so familiar. He was abused by the Black Dragon not long ago, and the other party gave him this feeling. But it seems that the attributes are different. Quote. Well, because I have fused multiple Dragon Slayer magic crystals. Now Gildarts understands why Uchiha Zan can use the dual fusion magic of thunder and fire. Fusion magic is powerful in itself, and the fusion of two Dragon Slayer magics is even more terrifying. Moreover, he felt that Uchiha Zan's magic power was more advanced than his own. It was not the same magic power as Natsu, but the same dragon power as that of the Black Dragon. Advertisement. So he was defeated in a flash when he fought with Uchiha Zan. Wait, how many Dragon Slayer crystals were fused? How many? Well, 9. Uchiha Zan felt that there was no need to hide anything, so he told the truth. How many? Gildarts couldn't help but raise his voice when he heard Uchiha Zan's words. 9. Monster. Monster. Gildarts finally understood why Uchiha Zan was called a monster. The boy was even more monstrous than a monster. I lost. From now on, you will be the strongest wizard of the Fairy Tail Guild. Quote. His strongest attack could not cause any damage to Uchiha Zan. He could not imagine how powerful Uchiha Zan was after fusing 9 dragon-slaying magic crystals. The uncle's magic is very powerful, but it was suppressed by the power of the dragon. Uchiha Zan said that the power of the dragon is a higher level of magic than human magic, and high-level magic has a strong suppression on low-level magic. If there is no attribute of dragon-slaying magic, most human magic is like tickling to the dragon. The damage caused by the stronger ones is also limited, and most of them are almost ineffective. And Uchiha Zan, who devoured the heart of the 9-headed dragon, is also unique among the dragons. In short, now Uchiha Zan stands there and lets Gildarts use magic attacks, which can hardly break through the defense. Advertisement. Chapter 411. Gap. Advertisement. Don't comfort me, win is win, lose is lose, Zan, the stronger you are, the better. Although Gildarts was amazed at Uchiha Zan's strength, he was not a person who would not admit defeat. This young man was too strong, and he lost with conviction. Apart from anything else, the power of the ninjutsu used by Uchiha Zan at the beginning was very strong, and he could see that Uchiha Zan had stronger ninjutsu that he had not used yet. And the power of vibration, that power was no weaker than his own crushing. And the power of haki, it was definitely no less powerful than magic. Uchiha Zan also had a knife on his waist. Even though Uchiha Zan knew so many moves, he still carried a long knife with him. Obviously this was Uchiha's main weapon. Finally, magic. If he hadn't heard about Uchiha Zan from the president, he would never have believed that Uchiha Zan had just used magic not long ago. The power of Uchiha Zan's fusion of 2 dragon-slaying magics was much stronger than the power of a single magic. Regardless of whether the Dragon Slayer crystal is buried or not, being able to perfectly integrate the 2 powers requires controlling the 2 powers at the same time, which is not an ordinary difficulty. Only magicians like 14 who have been immersed in 2-attribute magic for decades can do it. From this point, he can see that Uchiha Zan is definitely a demon with unparalleled magic talent. And he knows that Uchiha Zan has a pair of eyes in addition to these, and those eyes are the opponent's trump card. Thinking about it, Gildarts suddenly found that he didn't even have the qualifications to let the opponent use all his strength. What happened to Fairy Tail? Why did he suddenly become a little unfamiliar? Route D. Is it over? Urza sensed that it had become quiet not far away, and it was obvious that the battle between Uchiha Zan and Gildarts was over. As for who won and who lost, Urza almost had the answer in her mind. Although Uncle Gildarts is the idol of everyone of their generation, Gildart's strength is still a little worse than Uchiha Zan Yan. Advertisement. Too strong. Is she so strong? Juvia didn't care about the battle situation on Uchiha Zan Yan's side at this time. She and Lysina fought against Urza together, but Urza beat them without any chance to fight back. In theory, the S-class wizards of the Fairy Tail Guild and the four elements of the Phantom Ruler Guild should be at the same level, but she has no way to deal with Urza now. Poseidon armor. Her armor can defend against Juvia's water. Not only that, the most troublesome thing is Urza's swordsmanship. What's going on? Why is Urza's swordsmanship so high? Lysina knew Urza's Poseidon armor, but she felt very unfamiliar with Urza's swordsmanship. Although Urza's swordsmanship was superb in the past, it did not form a system. Now her swordsmanship obviously has a system. What's wrong, Juvia? You can't become an S-class wizard with only this ability. Urza looked at Juvia and said lightly. Juvia's desire to win also rose, and her expression became serious. Juvia, I will definitely beat you. Juvia's body turned into a stream of water and rushed towards Urza. Water-breathing 7th form Shizuku ripple strike curve. Urza quickly thrust her sword along straight lines and curves, like ripples on the water, blocking Juvia's water flow. Water stream slash. Juvia quickly swung out a water blade to slash. Urza easily blocked it with her knife. Got the chance. Take it, Urza. Lysina's arms turned into bird wings and attacked Urza from the gap above. Water-breathing 3-form flowing dance. Urza's figure suddenly moved at high speed like a stream of water, and several afterimages of Urza appeared on the ground. Advertisement. Lysina was stunned. She didn't know which Urza was real, so she didn't know which Urza to attack. Just as Lysina was stunned, Urza attacked Lysina. In an instant, several Urzas attacked together, making Lysina panic. Bang! Ah! Lysina screamed and was knocked away by Urza. Open hollow corner bracket water flow rising close hollow corner bracket. A strong water flow appeared under Urza's feet, pushing Urza into the sky. Urza was not panicked at all. Open hollow corner bracket water breathing hyphenation point land type hyphenation point twist Uzumaki close hollow corner bracket. Urza twisted herself and twisted Juvia's water flow. In a blink of an eye, a powerful Uzumaki appeared next to Urza. The Uzumaki formed a sharp and huge blade, cutting everything around. What? You actually used my magic? Juvia's eyes widened in disbelief. What kind of swordsmanship is Urza using? She even used her own magic. Urza threw the Uzumaki at Juvia. 340 Ua. Too strong. Aluza. Lysina was about to cry. She hadn't fought for 2 years. The first fight after 2 years was so high level. She even suspected that she was a small magus. Juvia felt the same way. She originally joined the Fairy Tail Guild. She felt that only Uchiha Zan Yan was far superior to her. Other S-class mages were actually at the same level as her. Even if they were a little higher than her, they would not be much higher. But after the battle with Urza, she felt the gap. The gap between her and Urza was too big. It was not a little bit, but a complete crushing. Although Urza's magic power was similar to hers, Urza's swordsmanship was too terrifying, and Urza's physical fitness. Adding the increase in magic, this made Urza's strength so terrifying that she couldn't resist at all. Is this the S-class wizard of Fairy Tail? Advertisement. Chapter 412 Dealing with Rats. Advertisement. Time passed slowly, and qualified personnel appeared one by one. Makarov walked over. Is everyone here now? Are these the only ones who passed the first level? Gray was surprised to see that there were only 3 groups of people including himself. Wait a minute. Happy's voice sounded, and then Happy flew over with the wounded Natsu. Natsu, who did you meet? You were beaten so badly. Natsu said excitedly. I won. I defeated Levi and Gajil. That's right, Uchiha Zan Yan chose Gildarts as his opponent, and Natsu met Levi and Gajil in a group. When 2 dragon slayers meet, it's natural to have a big battle. Natsu has long wanted to have a good fight with Gajil. As dragon slayers, both of them want to try each other's level. The 2 sides fought evenly, but Gajil had the help of Levi, who used word magic to create Iron Body, which gave Gajil supplements and bonuses. This also caused Natsu to fall into a difficult battle for a while. Happy saw Natsu being suppressed by Gajil and Levi together, but he could not help at all, and he was very anxious. Fortunately, Natsu broke out and showed the results of his hard training during this period, and finally defeated Gajil and Levi together. So, now everyone is here. Kana and Lucy defeated Farad and Bixro in the fight, and passed. What? Everyone couldn't believe it when they heard this. Farad and Bixro were the Thunder Gods, and their strength was very strong. They were even the hot candidates for promotion to S-class wizards this time. They were actually defeated by Lucy and Kana. Hee. Advertisement. Lucy proudly puffed out her chest. Although she always played a supporting role in previous missions, she was also a very powerful wizard. Natsu and Happy won the battle against Levi and Gajil, and they passed. Quote. This was just said, and no one reacted. Natsu's strength is not weak, and his strength is comparable to Gajil. They will not be surprised by which of the 2 groups passed. Gray and Loki defeated Mest and Wendy in the fight, and they passed. Gray glanced around. Did Juvia spiral? Makarov immediately showed a collapsed expression. Gray was startled. Wow. What happened, old man? Juvia and Lysina met that guy, the female knight who would never let her win. Quote. Gray understood immediately. He and Natsu were also beaten by Urza when they were young. Although Juvia is strong, Urza is even more terrifying now. Juvia and Lysina will definitely be in danger if they meet Urza. Uchiha Zan Yan met Gildarts in the fight, and won. He passed. Makarov announced that Uchiha Zan Yan won. Although they guessed that this might be the result when they saw Uchiha Zan Yan appear here, they were still very shocked to hear this answer from Makarov. Uncle Gildarts is the idol of everyone in the Fairy Tail Guild of this generation, the strongest wizard in the Fairy Tail Guild. Now this title belongs to Uchiha Zan Yan. Sure enough, Zan Yan won. In that case, there are Elfman and Alba Green. Using the process of elimination, the remaining route is. How miserable. Mira used to be more violent than Urza. Wait, everyone looked up in the direction of the voice, and saw Alba Green supporting Elfman and walking over. Both of them were covered in wounds, and it was obvious that they were beaten badly. Elfman said, "We also defeated my sister." Advertisement. The first level is passed. What? Makarov was shocked. Even though Mira hadn't fought for 2 years, she was a genuine S-class wizard, but she was defeated by Elfman and Alba Green. Although Elfman and Alba Green were also good players of the Fairy Tail Guild, they were still far behind the real S-class wizards. How did you defeat Mira? Happy asked curiously. It was too unexpected that S-rank Mira was defeated. Quote. That can't be said. As a man, Elfman blushed and was embarrassed to say it. Alba Green said. Let's just say that we caught the moment when she showed her flaw. Lucy looked suspicious. What did you do? Ahem. In short, the team that passed the first level is these 5 groups. Next, we will start the second level test. The content of the second level test is very simple. Find the grave of Mavis, the president of the first generation guild. The stipulated time is 6 hours. As long as you reach it within 6 hours, you will pass the second level. Quote. This is too easy. After hearing what the president said, all the contestants felt that it was very easy. The island was so small, and although it was not easy to find, it could still be found by spending a little more time. Compared to the first level, it was much easier. Then let's go. I'll be waiting for you there. No, forget it. If I were there, that brat Uchiha Zan Yan would definitely find me. Quote. Makarov remembered that Uchiha Zan Yan had a very strong sense of perception. If he was next to the cemetery, he would definitely be sensed by this brat. Although this was also the ability of the brat, he still had to make him feel a sense of crisis, otherwise he would really be underestimated by the brat in the S-class wizard promotion assessment. Uchiha Zan Yan wanted to say that there was no need to do this. He had already found the grave of the first generation president Mavis, which was in the E-passage he had walked through before. But it was not good to say it now, which would affect everyone's enthusiasm, so he didn't say it. Soon, everyone set out to find the first generation president's grave. Uchiha Zan Yan also set out. He had released his perception in order to find the location of Gildarts. He sensed several foreign auras on Tenro Island. Tenro Island was the holy land of Fairy Tail, and naturally outsiders were not allowed to enter. He needed to deal with these rats. Advertisement. Chapter 413. Jelal. Advertisement. Kawa's Fairy Tail is here. Yomas, a member of the Dark Guild Devil's Heart, a dog-headed man wearing red samurai armor, said to an attacking monster. The two were originally ordered to come to this island to find the Black Wizard Zirf, but a few days ago, members of Fairy Tail suddenly came to this island. Fairy Tail is very famous even in the Dark Guild world. Now Fairy Tail has the reputation of being the strongest wizard guild in Ishgar. An order came from above to let us hunt these fairies. Fairy Tail has been very arrogant recently. After defeating the 6 demon generals, they think they are very powerful. This makes them know how big the gap is between the demon generals and our devil's heart. Suddenly, a voice sounded behind the two people and said, "Oh, really? I really want to know what the gap is." What? The two were startled and quickly jumped forward, then fell to the distance and looked at where they were before. They saw a young and handsome man standing there. Kill him. The two men didn't intend to waste words, and immediately 083 attacked Uchiha Zan Yan. Egg attack. Kawa spit out a large number of eggs from his mouth and shot them at Uchiha Zan Yan. 3-dimensional text slash. Yuma swung a huge slash wave. How is it? Did you kill him? Puff. A black light flashed, and a wound appeared on the necks of the two men. Then, the two men felt their vision flipped. A dog head and a chicken head all fell to the ground. When he wants to play, he will play, such as competing for the title of admiral. Killing people at that time is not appropriate, and when he wants to kill people, that is when Uchiha Zan Yan is the most terrifying. Uchiha Zan Yan's name, Sword God, is not because of how exquisite his swordsmanship is, but because he killed too many people with his sword, so he got the name. Advertisement. The reason why many people are alive and can fight back and forth with Uchiha Zan Yan is actually very simple, that is, Uchiha Zan Yan did not really have the intention to kill. When Uchiha Zan Yan really wanted to kill, he didn't use any fancy sword moves or any powerful moves, he just wanted to kill people. Well, my Nichiren sword has become stronger. Since he learned Haki, Uchiha Zan Yan has been using Haki to refine his sword. Unknowingly, his Nichiren sword has become extraordinary in 2 years. Uchiha Zan Yan inserted the sword into the scabbard calmly and walked away. Soon, Uchiha Zan came to the roots of the big tree in the center of Tenro Island. Uchiha Zan said lightly, "Do I dig you out or do you come out yourself?" A bulge appeared on the tree, a human face appeared, and then a person squeezed out of the tree soon. "I was discovered, worthy of being Uchiha Zan. My name is Azuma, one of the 7 followers of the Devil's Heart Purgatory. I am not interested in who you are. You appear on this island, you are the enemy of Fairy Tail, and you must be eliminated if you are an enemy. I also want to see how powerful Uchiha Zan, who is said to be able to defeat the 10 holy mages, is." Leaf sword. Azuma did not say much nonsense, and released a large number of leaves with a wave of his hand. The leaves were as sharp as swords, spinning and cutting towards Uchiha Zan. Uchiha Zan swung his sword casually. Powerful wind blades slashed out from Uchiha Zan's blade, easily breaking these leaf swords. Branch sword. A large number of branches grew from the serious tree behind him, stabbing towards Uchiha Zan like swords. Uchiha Zan swung out a powerful wind blade again, and all the branches were destroyed. Explosive claw. Azuma condensed the magic power of the earth to produce a claw-shaped explosion. DBU. A slash came out from the explosion, and Azuma quickly dodged. Puff. Advertisement. A long knife stabbed out from Azuma's chest. Azuma didn't even sense when Uchiha Zan appeared behind him. He was one of the 7 followers of Purgatory, but he was killed so easily. Uchiha Zan didn't feel anything about killing Azuma. He was just one of the 7 followers of Purgatory of the Devil's Heart. The 12 holy shields of the Ilbara's empire were all killed by him in seconds, let alone this guy. Is there any Zirf left on the island? To be honest, he didn't have a good impression of Zirf. This guy made many things to commit suicide and caused many terrible disasters. But this guy didn't care about it, and always put on a kind look, which made him feel like he was both a boss and a loser. But he didn't have much resentment. After all, he was not a victim, so why should he hate him? Besides, immortality is something that countless people pursue, but this guy is always looking for death. But since this guy appeared here, he naturally had to take care of him. Somewhere on Tinlong Island, Zirf is here. He doesn't know why he came here, but he thinks this is the most suitable place for him. It's very secluded here, and it won't take other people's lives, but it will occasionally take the lives of some animals and plants. However, there were some vibrations on the island not long ago, and it seemed that someone was fighting. He also felt the 2 powerful magic powers. One of them was okay, about the same level as the 12 shields he built, and the other was even more powerful than the magic of the 12 weeks. This shocked him. When did Ishgar have such a powerful human wizard on the continent? Suddenly, a voice sounded in front of Zirf. "Excuse me, this is the holy land of our Fairy Tail Guild. Can you please leave here?" Zirf was stunned for a moment, and when he looked up, he saw a person. Someone actually came to him. Then Zerif's face changed, and he covered his head in pain. "Oh, it's bad. No. Don't come near me, get away." -4. A black light shield spread from Jalal's body, taking away the vitality of everything it touched. Advertisement. Chapter 414. First Generation President. Advertisement. Uchiha Zan was also enveloped in this range. After a while, the black light shield disappeared, and the surrounding flowers, plants, and trees all withered, and some small animals fell to the ground and lost their lives completely. Osos. Pound X pound. Uchiha Zan's voice sounded and said, "Hey, don't just casually say that others are dead." What? Jello was stunned when he heard this voice. He quickly looked up and saw that the man who suddenly appeared just now was still standing in front of him unharmed. How is it possible? You are not dead. Jello looked at Uchiha Zan in disbelief. It was the first time he saw someone take on his death hunt. Normally, as long as you are affected by the death hunt, your vitality will be completely devoured. I'm not that fragile. Although this thing has no effect on me, it's too dangerous for others. You'd better leave here or I'll have to send you away. No need, I'll leave by myself, but before I leave, can I ask why you can be safe and sound in the death hunt? Nothing, because my magic resistance is relatively high. If it were before, Uchiha Zan would be interested in studying Zirf, but now he has no interest. Zirf is immortal and feels similar to the Hokage ninja Hidan. But he is different. Although he can be killed, it's too difficult to kill him. In his opinion, Muzen's ability is far superior to Zirf and Hidan. Advertisement. Of course, it's his kind who has overcome the sunlight. Magic resistance. At first, Zirf was a little confused, but he quickly understood that it was magic resistance. Mages with high magic power have a certain resistance to the magic of mages with low magic power, which can greatly reduce the damage caused by magic. Dragons are more resistant to human magic, and almost only magic from the same dragon family can cause damage to them. Let's go. Uchiha Zan gestured to Zirf to leave. Zirf nodded. Although he was a little curious about the man in front of him, it seemed a little inappropriate here. Seeing Zirf leave, Uchiha Zan's figure disappeared instantly. After a while, Uchiha Zan came to a grave. This grave was the grave of Mavis Viviamilio, the president of the first generation of the Fairy Tail Guild, and it was also the task content of the second-level assessment for the promotion to S-class wizard. At this time, a cute girl with long golden hair was sitting on the tombstone of Mavis Viviamilio's grave. I found this place so quickly. Mavis Viviamilio naturally saw everything and knew that the Fairy Tail Guild was holding the promotion exam for S-class wizards. The content of the second level is to find your own grave. Because the battle between Gildarts and Uchiha Zan Yan was not far from here, she also secretly went over to take a look and knew that the young man in front of her was very strong. Hello. Advertisement. Uchiha Zan Yan smiled and greeted Mavis. Mavis was stunned for a moment, then pointed at herself in surprise. Can you see me? She actually has the ability to let people with the fairy tale emblem see her, but she is half dead now, and it would be difficult to explain if someone sees her. It's like everyone thinks you are dead and have been dead for many years, but you suddenly pop up, how embarrassing it is. So she has been hiding and not letting others see her, even the people of fairy tale. She didn't expect that she would be seen by others. Uchiha Zan Yan nodded. Yes, I can see you, because my eyes are different. Uchiha Zan Yan pointed to his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Mavis is now in a spiritual form, and the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan itself is very good at spiritual power. Mavis is invisible to people outside the spiritual body, but in Uchiha Zan Yan's eyes, there is no difference between her and normal people. Your eyes. What kind of eyes are these? Is it eye magic? Asking for flowers. 013507014 Fulu 192,222,530. No, it's our family's special bloodline limit, Sharingan. What a pair of strange eyes. You are the first generation president of the Fairy Tale Guild, Mavis Viviamilio. Huh, do you know me? No, but there seems to be no one else sitting here except you. Yes, that's right, I am the Fairy Tale first generation president Mavis Viviamilio. Uchiha Zan Yan said with a smile on his face. Then, first generation president, as the first to find this place and discover where you are, do I have a reward? Mavis heard Uchiha Zan Yan say that it was right. This was the first time that the younger members saw her, the first generation president after many years. As the first generation president, she naturally had to reward him. Well, there should be a reward. What reward do you want? Oh, as a wizard, I naturally want to learn magic. I want to learn magic. What magic do you want to learn? Mavis was also very happy to hear this. She likes magic very much. Seeing that the younger generation is so motivated, she is naturally very happy. But she knows a lot of magic and is familiar with magic from almost all over the continent. Of course I want to learn the strongest magic. I want to learn the 2 super magics of fairy tale. Uchiha Zan Yan said his purpose. He came to the first generation president Mavis to learn the super magic of fairy tale. The super magic is terrifyingly powerful. Fairy Law is the strongest group magic, Fairy Glory is the strongest single attack magic, and Fairy Ball is an absolute defense magic. 2 super magics. Isn't it the 3 major super magics? Because I have learned Fairy Law. You learned Fairy Law. Mavis was very surprised to hear this. The other party looked so young and learned Fairy Law. This is too amazing. Uchiha Zan Yan nodded and said. Well, that is a very strong magic, so I want to learn the other 2 super magics. Quote. Advertisement. Chapter 415. Spreading the Dharma. Advertisement. Although the 3 super magics cannot be taught lightly, you are a member of Fairy Tale so it's okay. Mavis easily agreed to Uchiha Zan Yan, which surprised Uchiha Zan Yan a little. After all, it was super magic. Mavis didn't have any ulterior motives, as long as he was a member of Fairy Tale, it would be fine. Soon, Mavis began to teach Uchiha Zan Yan the 3 super magics. To be honest, if Uchiha Zan Yan didn't have the magic knowledge he learned in the past 6 months, he wouldn't understand what Mavis said. Even with what he learned in the past 6 months, he still had a lot of things he didn't understand and asked Mavis for advice. Mavis was also very happy to teach Uchiha Zan Yan, and Mavis was completely a famous teacher, and his teaching was even easier to understand than Makarov's teaching, directly pointing to the master of magic. Just as Uchiha Zan Yan while Yan was learning magic from Mavis, the other members of 980 were participating in the promotion test for S-class wizards. What the hell is this? In the forest, Lucy was running for her life with a terrified look on her face, followed by a huge monster that looked like a crocodile, with huge sharp teeth in its mouth that looked very difficult to deal with. The monster chased Lucy and Kana in the forest, running rampant, and all the trees were easily smashed. Lucy, run! Kana shouted to Lucy. The monster opened its mouth and bit towards Lucy. Hey! Lucy dodged by a hair's breadth, and the monster easily bit the tree to pieces. No, Gray and Loki were also being chased by a group of strange birds, running for their lives. To become S-class, these are nothing. You are really strong. Quote. Elfman and Alba Green were also being chased by Madara-like giant pig monster. Go this way, Alba Green. Stop making so much noise. Stop ordering me around. Don't get in my way. Advertisement. Natsu punched a monster on the chin with a fist wrapped in flames. Boom. The monster fell to the ground. Happy said with ease. You are unlucky enough to appear in front of Natsu. Huh. Natsu wiped the sweat off his face. It was not so easy to defeat such a huge monster. It took a lot of magic power, especially since he had just fought with Godulan Levy not long ago, and his magic power and physical strength had not yet recovered. It's really worthy of being Natsu. Keep going forward. No, wait, Happy. Natsu went up and tore the monster's face and shouted. Tell me quickly, where is the first generation president's grave? Wow, you actually asked it. Happy didn't expect Natsu to ask the monster where the first generation president's grave is. I don't know. Really, you said it. Happy was so scared that his eyes almost popped out. The monster actually answered. But you asked us to find the grave without even a hint. Natsu was also a little helpless at this time. He thought the second level was very simple, but now he was searching like a headless fly. If he couldn't find the second level within the specified time, he would fail. Maybe the second level will be unexpectedly difficult. I wonder if Zan Yan found it. That guy's eyes are so good, maybe he has found it. Quote. Natsu and Uchiha Zan Yan are also very familiar with each other. The other's eyes are too powerful. Although this level will be difficult for them, it may not be difficult for Uchiha Zan Yan. Wait, we can't find the grave, but we can find Uchiha Zan Yan. But where can we find Zan Yan? Smell it. Zan Yan has a special fragrance, Song Yao. I can smell it wherever he goes. As expected of Natsu, he can think of such a smart way. Let's go. Love. Temporary base on Tenro Island. What? Elfman and Alba Green are getting married. Aluza was sitting down to eat and was very surprised to hear Myra's words. No, I think it was probably a tactic to shake me, and then they gave me a hard blow when I was shocked. Is it really just a tactic? I don't think those two people should get together. Mira is not sure either. Lissana said. Brother Elfman and Alba Green, maybe they are a good match. Advertisement. Gajil-kun, you were defeated too. Juvia was also a little surprised to see Gajil here. Gajil is the ace of the Phantom Ruler Guild. It was surprising to her that he couldn't defeat a wizard who was not even S-class. But she was also shocked by the background of Fairy Tail. Not only Uchiha Zan Yan, Guildarts and Laxus are both very powerful in magic and strength. And Urza, she originally thought that Urza's strength was about the same as hers, even if she was stronger than her, she was only a little stronger. Unexpectedly, she was beaten without any chance to fight back in this head-on confrontation. With that kind of strength gap, she knew that Urza's strength was definitely above Gajil. Such a powerful guild, but President Joseph always belittled and looked down on it in the past. Gajil was very unhappy at this time. He would rather lose to anyone than to that guy, Fire Dragon. Doesn't this mean that Iron Dragon is not as good as Fire Dragon? There's nothing I can do. Natsu's strength has indeed become much stronger. Quote. Although Levi lost, she was not particularly depressed. Instead, she was relieved. Her own strength was still too weak. Even if she was lucky enough to become an S-class wizard, she would be the weakest S-class wizard. If she was not careful, it would bring shame to the Fairy Tail Guild. After all, in addition to status and honor, S-class wizards also mean responsibility. The S-class wizards of Fairy Tail are too powerful. At this time, above the sea, a magic flying battleship was flying rapidly towards Tenro Island. It was the spaceship of the Devil's Heart. Urtia changed into combat uniforms and prepared carefully. Zancro said in surprise, "You are unexpectedly excited today, Urtia." Garp Liko said, "Of course, I also think this is undoubtedly a war." Melty pointed to the front. Uru. Look. Urtia looked over fiercely. Don't call me Uru. Quote. Single quote. Don't be nervous. What do you see, Melty? I can already see the island, the fairy island. Advertisement. Chapter 416. The Devil's Heart. Advertisement. In front of the first-generation president's grave. Mavis taught very enthusiastically, and Uchiha Zan Yan also studied very seriously. He also asked again about the fairy law. The fairy law he learned was copied from Laxus. He could use it, but he didn't understand it. Mavis also explained the principles of the fairy law, allowing Uchiha Zan Yan to truly understand this super magic. After all, this magic was created by Mavis, and no one can compare to Mavis in understanding this magic. Even if Uchiha Zan Yan was just learning, he could feel Mavis's talent. To be honest, Uchiha Zan Yan did consider the fairy heart at the beginning. After all, this is a treasure with infinite magic power. If he merged the fairy heart, even if he was a muggle with no magic power, he could become a super wizard with infinite magic power. But now that he has merged the nine-headed dragon heart, the demand for the fairy heart is not great. At this time, Uchiha Zan Yan raised his eyebrows and said, "First generation, stop for a moment. Did I talk too much? If there is anything you don't understand, please tell me and I will answer it for you." For many years, she hasn't seen herself with others, and she hasn't talked to others, so her words have become a little dense. No, there are some rats that are going to break in here, and I need to deal with them. Rats. Mavis was a little confused at first, and then she realized that there were enemies trying to break into Tenro Island. This is impossible. Tenro Island is usually invisible, and only people with the emblem of Fairy Tail can see this island, and what are they going to do on this island? Mavis was a little puzzled. There is nothing on Tenro Island, so why are they here? I don't know, but it is true that they are enemies of Fairy Tail, because they plan to hunt fairies on this island. What? How do you know? I just heard about it. Well, I also got rid of them by the way. How is it possible? Has the enemy come to this island? She has been in a daze recently and has not paid any attention to the changes on the island. Naturally, she didn't know that there were outsiders breaking in here. I'll go over first. Uchiha Zan Yan tapped her toes lightly, and she was already flying in the air, flying towards the enemy. Mavis also followed immediately, wanting to see what was going on. On the Devil's Heart spaceship. Have we reached the fairy island? Advertisement. Wait, there's someone flying in the air. Who is it? Oh no, it's Uchiha Zan Yan from Fairy Tail. Uchiha recognized who the person was and her face changed immediately. The other members of the fairy tale guild were fine, but Uchiha Zanyan's strength should not be underestimated. Uchiha, you're too nervous. I've heard of this guy. He just defeated one of the 10 holy mages, and he was praised to the heavens and the earth. It's just that. Uchiha Zanyan saw the Devil's Heart spaceship opposite without any nonsense, raised his hand, and a massive Rasengan appeared on the palm, like a full moon. So big, everyone in the demon's heart was shocked by the huge energy bomb. Although the bigger the magic bomb, the stronger it is, such a huge magic bomb is definitely not weak. Such a huge magic bomb, even the magic beam cannon is not so big. Magic beam cannon. Jupiter, ready. Hades immediately asked people to prepare the magic beam cannon. Uchiha Zanyan threw the massive Rasengan towards the demon's heart spaceship. Fire. The magic beam cannon and the mass of the Rasengan collided with each other, and suddenly a terrifying explosion broke out. The impact of the explosion rolled towards the Devil's Heart spaceship. What? The people of the Devil's Heart did not expect that the opponent's attack was stronger. Boom. Crack. Crack. The spaceship was repelled by the impact, and a large number of cracks appeared, and the people in the spaceship were all thrown to the ground. The ship was. Who is this guy? Quote. Hades shouted. Uchiha. Yes. Arc of Time, recovery. Quote. The broken spaceship began to recover quickly, and it was restored to its original intact appearance during the transfer. Huh. So dangerous. Everyone in the spaceship couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan saw the spaceship recover, so he drew out his sword. When he drew out his sword, it usually meant one thing, that is, he was going to kill someone. Uchiha Zanyan waved his hand casually, and a huge slash broke through the air and slashed towards the Devil's Heart spaceship. Hey. Everyone in the Devil's Heart was shocked when they saw it. What the hell, why is the attack from this guy so huge? Speed up to dodge. The spaceship dodged quickly and avoided the slash by a hair's breadth. D903. Uchiha Zanyan clenched his fist, and the shock fruit calendar was wrapped around his fist. Exclamation mark quote. Crack, crack. Uchiha Zanyan punched forward with his fist, the air was shattered, and a strong shock wave quickly transmitted to the Devil's Heart spaceship. Open the protective shield. Hades, the president of the Devil's Heart, shouted. A spherical protective shield surrounded the Devil's Heart spaceship. Buzz. The shock wave swept across the protective shield. Crack, crack. Dense cracks appeared on the protective shield in an instant. The protective shield shattered. Then, crack, crack. The spaceship vibrated violently, and the armor shattered. Wow, Urusha didn't use Hades's reminder this time. He used the Arc of Time to restore the spaceship to its original state as soon as the spaceship shattered. But the impact of the vibration still made everyone feel as if they were hit hard. Hades couldn't help but look a little ugly when he was sniped by Uchiha Zanyan before he even reached Tinlong Island. We can't let this kid go on. Advertisement. Chapter 417. Too much. Advertisement. Garp Liko, take everyone to the island. Lord Hades. I'll take care of this brat. Understood. Although the opponent's strength is very terrifying, their leader Hades is also extremely powerful. Garp Liko clapped his hands, and everyone in the Devil's Heart Guild disappeared. Please be careful. Quote. Garp Liko carried a flying device on his back and flew out of the spaceship quickly. Do you still want to run away from me? Uchiha Zanyan said lightly when he saw the other party was about to fly away. Crack. Uchiha Zanyan was wrapped in lightning and appeared in front of Garp Liko in an instant, as if teleporting. This seemingly simple action contains a lot of power. Open hollow corner bracket thunder breathing technique close hollow corner bracket. Open hollow corner bracket thunder chakra close hollow corner bracket. Open hollow corner bracket thunder dragon power close hollow corner bracket. Open hollow corner bracket marine 6 styles moonwalk close hollow corner bracket. Open hollow corner bracket light and heavy rock technique close hollow corner bracket. Several powers are matched with each other, and the speed of the explosion is extremely terrifying. What? Garp Liko was shocked and didn't wait to react. Swish. A black light flashed. Garp Liko's neck had a blood mark, and Garp Liko, one of the 7 followers of Purgatory, had no time to react before his head was removed from his neck. As soon as Garp Liko died, all the members of the Devil's Heart suddenly appeared and fell towards the sea below. Advertisement. Hades stood on top of the spaceship and shouted angrily, "Little brat, you've gone too far." At the same time, 2 black chains grabbed Uchiha Zanyan's shoulder blades. Uchiha Zanyan slashed the chains with his sword, and several of the 7 Purgatory dependents took this opportunity to jump out of the sea of fire. Uchiha Zanyan looked at Hades and launched his pupil technique at the same time. Open hollow corner bracket Amaterasu close hollow corner bracket. The black flames ignited the Devil's Heart spaceship. Seeing the spaceship being ignited, Hades panicked immediately, because there was something very important to him in this spaceship. Uchiha immediately used the Arc of Time to restore the spaceship to its original state, but the black flames were still burning. Zankro. Seeing the black flames burning, Hades immediately used the black chain to pull Zankro over and let Zankro take action. Zankro is the Fire Slayer mage, and he also uses black flames. Zankro immediately opened his mouth and tried to swallow the fire of Amaterasu. But when Zankro swallowed it, he swallowed all the fire in a blink of an eye. But Zankro immediately felt something was wrong, and black flames spurted out of his 7 orifices and surrounded Zankro's body. What kind of fire is this? Ah, Uchiha Zanyan said lightly. You can't swallow the flames of Amaterasu. Zankro screamed in pain and fell into the sea. Even if he fell into the sea, the black flames were still burning until the target was completely burned out. Quote. Quote. DS. 0S0S0S. The remaining few Purgatory 7 dependents were all terrified. Garp Liko was easily killed, and the Fire God Slayer was burned to death by the flames. All this was done in the blink of an eye. Although these guys were just his tools, he killed all the members of his guild in front of him, and he, as the president, was also ashamed. Hades quickly released magic. Advertisement. Open hollow corner bracket Amaterasu 28 styles close hollow corner bracket. The triple spell magic circle surrounded Uchiha Zanyan. Boom. Then the triple spell magic circle exploded. Did it get done? The explosion smoke dispersed. Uchiha Zanyan appeared in the same place safely, with an orange-yellow energy body like a rib around him. Although the opponent's magic could hardly cause any harm to him, he didn't like his clothes to be dirty or damaged. When Uchiha saw this orange-yellow energy skeleton, her expression froze slightly. She suddenly remembered the 1,000-meter high energy giant that appeared on Paradise Island in the Magic Council. Uchiha's face suddenly changed. It seemed that Uchiha Zanyan was there at that time. Old man, it looks like you are in trouble. At this time, a man appeared behind Hades. This man looked to be in his 40s, with black hair, braided into a long braid, a pointed nose, a face that looked like a monkey, and a white coat. Blue Note Stuga is the deputy commander of the Devil's Heart. He is known as the great magician, Dima, who leaves no grass wherever he goes. He is extremely powerful. Uchiha Zanyan saw that Blue Note didn't care. The opponent's strength level was only Shichibukai level. With his current strength, 4 Emperor's Admiral didn't take him seriously. Crack. Uchiha Zanyan stepped forward and his body instantly appeared on the Devil's Heart spaceship. So fast. Hades and Blue Note were both surprised. They didn't expect the opponent's speed to be so fast. Gravity suppression. Blue Note added gravity to the air around Uchiha Zanyan's body, and Uchiha Schwanshan's actions were recorded. Shatter it for me. Blue Note jumped high and rushed towards Uchiha Zanyan, releasing a strong gravity at the same time. Uchiha Zanyan's body passed by Blue Note. Puff. A huge blood mark burst out from Blue Note's body. Advertisement. Chapter 418. Team Annihilation. Advertisement. Quote. Quote. Blue Note held his wound in disbelief. Bang. Blue Note fell headfirst into the sea. Quote. Quote. Whoa. Did they kill him? The smoke from the explosion dissipated, and an orange-yellow skeleton appeared. Uchiha Zanyan was still protected inside. How could it be? Seeing that Uchiha Zanyan was still safe and sound under Hades' magic, the remaining few people were a little collapsed. Uchiha's face changed drastically, and the orange-yellow skeleton looked more and more like the 1,000-meter high giant. Melty, run, quick. Uchiha used ice-shape magic to create a boat, and then pulled Melty away. As for the others, she had no time to care about them at all. Zerf could be found later, but if he died, he was really gone. Uchiha Zanyan ignored Uchiha who was running away. He was not a messenger of justice who had to eliminate all evil. He just wanted to kill those guys who wanted to hunt Fairy Tail. Buzz. Uchiha Zanyan condensed a huge spiral shuriken in his hand. Hades saw it and immediately prepared for battle. Advertisement. Open hollow corner bracket wind style super large ball spiral shuriken close hollow corner bracket. Swoosh. The super large ball spiral shuriken in Uchiha Zanyan's hand suddenly disappeared, and the next moment it appeared on the spaceship of the Devil's Heart. Boom. The super large ball spiral shuriken exploded, and countless chakra blades submerged Hades. Whoa! Hades screamed in pain. After a while, everything dissipated, and the spaceship of the Devil's Heart disappeared along with Hades. The super large ball spiral shuriken turned into countless chakra blades, and if they couldn't resist, they would all be cut to pieces. Whoa! However, they had been afraid of Hades' majesty for many years, and Hades was very powerful. They thought that Hades might not lose, so they hesitated and did not leave. But it was this hesitation that made them miss the opportunity to escape. They never thought that the extremely powerful Hades would be killed so easily. Uchiha Zanyan opened his mouth and spurted out a violent lightning column, drowning the two people. Wow. Woo. It was obvious that the magic power of the people coming here was extraordinary, and their strength might even be higher than that of Fairy Tail, but such a powerful wizard guild was completely wiped out by Uchiha Zanyan in a blink of an eye. The powerful magic fluctuations naturally attracted the attention of many people on the island. However, most people were taking exams, and many who did not take the exams came over. Zanyan, what's going on? Were you fighting with someone just now? Makarov asked Uchiha Zanyan. Advertisement. Well, when I arrived on the island, I sensed that someone had broken into the island, and then I dealt with them. I learned from them that their large army was also coming, so in order not to affect everyone's exam, I dealt with their large army as well. Everyone was a little confused. They understood what Uchiha Zanyan said, but they also seemed not to understand. Zanyan, you said someone invaded the island. How is this possible? Who is it? Who did Zanyan kill? It was the Devil's Heart. The Devil's Heart. Everyone was shocked after hearing this. The Devil's Heart is one of the Balam Alliance and is known as the strongest dark guild. You destroyed the Devil's Heart. Well, they said they wanted to hunt Fairy Tail, so I solved them by the way. I can't let them delay everyone's promotion exam. Quote. It was for this reason that the heart of the strongest dark guild, the Devil, was destroyed silently. Everyone didn't know what to say. It was Uchiha Zanyan who did this. If it was someone else, they would definitely not believe it. Aluza asked. Zanyan, aren't you taking the exam too? Uchiha Zanyan would waste a lot of time doing this. Me, I'm fine. I found it 2 hours ago. Lisana said in surprise. 2 hours ago. The second level test just started 2 hours ago, right? She and Juvia were defeated by Urza 2 hours ago. Calculating the time, the second level should have started at that time. Others were also very surprised. That is to say, Zanyan passed the second level at the beginning. Makarov was also shocked. Although he knew that the second level might not be difficult for Uchiha Zanyan, it was too fast. He hadn't even reached the grave yet, Uchiha had already passed it. Advertisement. Chapter 419 found. Advertisement. Although it was incredible, it made sense to Uchiha Zanyan. Lisana asked in confusion. Why did the Devil's Heart come to Tenro Island? They came to find Zirf. Uchiha Zanyan said casually. Zirf. Everyone was shocked. Zanyan, are you talking about the most brutal black magician in history? Makarov asked with his eyes wide open in disbelief. Uchiha Zanyan nodded. Yes, that's right, they are here to find that Zirf. How is it possible? Isn't Zirf a person from 400 years ago? How is it possible that he is still alive now? Yes, are they here to find Zirf's body? Is Zirf buried on this island? Makarov denied. Impossible, this is the resting place of Mavis, the president of our fairy tale first generation, how could Zirf be buried here? Here, what? Several people were stunned when they heard Uchiha Zanyan's words and asked again. I said that Zirf is on this island, and he is not a corpse, he is still alive. What? Everyone was dumbfounded when they heard Uchiha Zanyan's words. How is it possible? Before, when I was dealing with a few little mice in the heart of the devil on the island, I met Zirf by the way. That guy has a little mental problem and is easy to hurt others, so I drove him away. Quote. Everyone was speechless. Not only did you destroy the heart of the strongest dark guild demon, but you also drove away the most brutal black wizard Zirf in history. Advertisement. Is there anything you can't do? Now even if Uchiha Zanyan said he slayed the dragon, they would believe it. Zanyan, is that really Zirf? Makarov asked with a serious face. Zirf is still alive, which is a very serious matter. Uchiha Zanyan nodded. Well, it is indeed Zirf, but there is no need to worry about him. If this guy really provokes Fairy Tail, I will kill him. If someone else said this, they would never believe it. After all, that was the most brutal black wizard Zirf in history. But when Uchiha Zanyan said this, they felt that he could definitely do it. Although Uchiha Zanyan said this, Makarov's face was still very serious. After all, the legend of Zirf was too terrifying and had the power to destroy the world. President, don't worry too much. Zirf has lived for 400 years, and the world hasn't been destroyed yet, has it? That's true. Makarov was slightly relieved when he heard this. Yes, although Zirf's reputation is terrible, he hasn't heard much about him in these years, which means that his actions are not active. Otherwise, he would have lived for more than 80 years without hearing any news about Zirf. A crisis that could almost destroy the entire guild was resolved quietly. Even if Uchiha Zanyan didn't say it, others would not know what happened. The exam continued. Uchiha Zanyan and Makarov came to the grave of the first generation president together, waiting for other members to take the exam. At this time, the figure of first generation president Mavis appeared in front of Makarov and Uchiha Zanyan. Makarov was shocked when he saw the first generation. First generation. It's no wonder that Makarov was scared. After all, the body of the first generation president was still placed under the Fairy Tail Guild, and was made into infinite magic, the heart of the fairy. So he recognized at a glance that the girl with long golden hair who looked like a fairy was the first generation president who founded the Fairy Tail Guild. Zanyan, did you just say that Zirf is on this island? The first generation asked Uchiha Zanyan with a serious face. Just when Uchiha Zanyan was with the guild members, the first generation was suspended in the air. Advertisement. Well, we should leave the island now. Asterisk. Zanyan, Zirf is very dangerous. Mavis was also cursed by the god Anxelram. The more she cherishes life, the more she will unconsciously take away other people's souls. Well, I know, my soul is very strong. His move is ineffective against me, but it is also dangerous to others, so I drove him away. The first generation was relieved to hear this. That's good. Wait, Zanyan, you know the first generation. Makarov was even more confused. Uchiha Zanyan obviously knew the first generation, so how did they know each other? Well, when I came here, the first generation was sitting on the tombstone. Because my eyes are special, I can see the first generation. Makarov knew Uchiha Zanyan's eyes. It was not surprising to have such an ability, but he was shocked by another thing. First generation, are you still alive? The body of the first generation president was still placed under the Fairy Tail Guild, but he was still alive. This was obviously too rude. I don't know whether I am alive or dead. I am now a kind of thought body. First generation, your body. Makarov remembered that if the first generation president was like a thought body, then he might be resurrected if he returned to his own body. Mavis shook her head and said, I tried, but I couldn't return to my body. Since you are still alive, why don't you return to the guild? Mavis smiled and said, I have become like this, what's the point of returning to the guild, and now it is the third generation of your guild. All the people she knew disappeared, and she once made a mistake, which made her unable to face Makarov. No matter what you become, you are the first generation president of Fairy Tail, and everyone in the guild will be very happy when you return. Mavis was a little moved when she heard this, she was indeed a little bored on this island. Suddenly a voice sounded. Found it. 1. Advertisement. Chapter 420 Black Dragon. Advertisement. Natsu and Happy came together. With Natsu's nose and Happy's high mobility, Natsu finally found Uchiha Zanyan's location. And, as expected, this guy found the grave of the first generation president. Natsu. Makarov was also a little surprised that Natsu actually found this place. Although the assessment content of this level looks simple, it is actually a test of wisdom. Huh, who is she? Natsu saw the strange girl, the first generation president. Don't be rude. This is the first generation president of our Fairy Tail Guild. Natsu and Happy were stunned when they heard this. First generation president. Fairy Tail Guild has been established for hundreds of years, so the first generation president must be hundreds of years old. She is actually a little girl, FA. Also, she is the first generation president, so what is going on with this grave? After thinking about it, there is only one possibility. Ghost. Natsu and Happy hugged each other and shouted in fear. Bang bang. When Makarov heard this, he stretched out his arms and chopped Natsu and Happy's heads with his palm. Although he saw the first generation at first, when the generation president showed up, they thought it was haunted, but he didn't say anything. Just then, a few more people came here. Kana, here. Lucy shouted. Then she ran over with Kana. Found it. Finally found it. Great. Kana was very excited to see the tomb. This was the closest she had ever been to becoming an S-class wizard. She had passed the first and second levels, and now she only needed the third level. As long as she passed the third level, she could become an S-class wizard. At this time, Gray's voice sounded and said, yes. That's great. Then, Gray and Loki's group also appeared. Gray, Loki, how come you are here? Advertisement. Loki said, because we are following you. Follow. I knew Lucy had a good brain. This level must be a test of wisdom and meanness. The best way is to follow the group that is most likely to succeed. Uchiha Zanyan has the highest probability, but I can't follow him, so I'll follow you. Quote. How despicable. By the way, who is she? Several people also noticed the first generation president Mavis. After hearing that this girl was the first generation president Mavis of the Fairy Tail Guild, several people also showed a look of seeing a ghost on their faces. Really, first generation, president. That's right. After the explanation, several people also understood the situation of the first generation president. Makarov had a headache when he saw the groups of people in front of him. I didn't expect that 4 groups passed the second level. I thought the second level was over. If the second level assessment is over, there is no need to proceed to the third level. Now only Elfman and Alba Green's group has not come. Quote. Grandpa, let's start the next level of the test. Natsu urged. He was already impatient to become an S-class wizard. Don't worry. The time for the second level to end has not yet arrived. Elfman and Alba Green may also find this place. For the sake of fairness, let's wait a little longer. Several people waited here. Through chatting, they learned that when they were thinking about how to pass the second level, Uchiha Zanyan had already passed it and killed the heart of the strongest Dark Guild demon. Everyone was dumbfounded. What was going on? Were they really taking the exam together? It felt like several people were taking the exam together. They were working hard on the college entrance examination, but others finished the college entrance examination and passed the doctoral examination. Unexpectedly, such a big crisis occurred without their knowledge. Time passed while several people were talking and chatting. When the time was up, Elfman and Alba Green did not show up. Obviously, the two were eliminated in this level. Well, time is up. Quote. Those who passed the second level are Uchiha Zanyan, Natsu and Happy, Lucy and Kana, Gray and Loki. Now we start the third and final level. Suddenly, ang! A chilling roar sounded in the sky. What's that sound? This sound. It's the cry of a dragon. Advertisement. Natsu's expression changed and he said that he hadn't heard such a sound for many years. After hearing this sound, Uchiha Zanyan thought to himself, is it finally here? There. Happy pointed to the sky and shouted, and everyone looked up at the sky. What is that? It's so big. This is dragon. Is it true? A real dragon? Sure enough, dragons are still alive in this world. Quote. Natsu was a little excited when he saw the dragon. Since Iguru disappeared, he came to Fairy Tail, and everyone told him that dragons were legendary creatures that had disappeared long ago. He also looked up a lot of information. The information recorded that dragons had existed, but that was more than 400 years ago. However, he was obviously raised by Iguru, so how could it not exist? Makarov recognized it, and his face changed drastically. The black dragon mentioned in the apocalypse, Akunorlia. This black dragon has been recorded. It is called the feather of the end. As long as this dragon appears, it means destruction. I don't know how many countries were destroyed by this dragon. The other party is like a natural disaster in the records. Hey, do you know where Iguru is now? 5.7. And where are Grandine and Metalicana? Natsu shouted at the black dragon in the sky. Shut up, Natsu. Makarov hurriedly stopped him, but it seemed too late to stop him. The black dragon in the sky fell to the ground. It's landing. Da. The black dragon roared, and almost everyone felt trembling and fear from the bottom of their hearts. Natsu also felt that he had caused a big disaster at this time. Akunorlia rushed towards everyone. Makarov shouted loudly, "Run!" Then he prepared to transform and meet the children to buy time to escape. Swish. Uchiha Zanyan instantly drew his sword and slashed at the black dragon Akunorlia with a huge slash. Advertisement. Chapter 421. Pressuring and beating. Advertisement. Boom. A huge slash hit Akunorlia's body, and Akunorlia was forced back by this huge slash. Everyone was stunned. Uchiha Zanyan said lightly, "This is our fairy tale holy land, and outsiders are not allowed to enter." You knocked a dragon away, just for this reason. Akunorlia stood up again. Although Uchiha Zanyan's slash was very powerful, it was still not enough for Akunorlia, who stood at the top of this world. The defense of the dragon scales is very strong, and Akunorlia's dragon scales are also the best among the dragons. Otherwise, he couldn't end the dragon era by himself. Akunorlia roared at Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan saw that Akunorlia was not injured, which was completely within his expectations. Akunorlia was a monster that truly stood at the top of the world in all the worlds he had experienced. Akunorlia quickly rushed towards Uchiha Zanyan, opened his mouth and bit Uchiha Zanyan. Dia. A huge palm firmly blocked Akunorolia's head. As all you can do is roar, Uchiha Zanyan said, grabbing Akunorolia's head with his palm. A huge Rasengan quickly condensed on the palm of Uchiha Zanyan's other hand. Then it was printed on Akunorolia's chest. Ah! Akunorlia screamed in pain, and his body was blown away by the Rasengan. Boom 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 boom. Large tracts of trees and rocks were shattered. Under the impact of Uchiha Zanyan's power, these tall trees, the ground and rocks were no different from tofu. Scared. The fairy tale people were all terrified at this time. What was Uchiha Zanyan doing? He seemed to be beating a giant dragon. If they hadn't seen it with their own eyes, they would have really thought that there was something wrong with their eyes. Advertisement. Akunorlia quickly stood up again. Although Uchiha Zanyan's big ball Rasengan was powerful, it was nothing to the black dragon Akunorlia. Akunorlia looked at Uchiha Zanyan and said, "You guy. You smell like a dragon, are you a dragon?" Speaking. Many people were shocked. They didn't expect that this dragon could actually speak. No, it just swallowed some dragon-killing magic crystals. You are a dragon, and if you are a dragon, you should be completely destroyed. Akunorlia roared loudly. Boom. The violent impact burst out from Akunorlia, destroying everything around it. ZXXX. Makarov was a little worried. Don't worry, President. You guys meet up with the others and leave here first. I'll take care of this guy. Uchiha Zanyan said as he rushed towards the black dragon Akunorlia. Open hollow corner bracket armament hockey close hollow corner bracket open. Uchiha Zanyan hardened and wrapped his fists with armament hockey. Open hollow corner bracket conqueror's hockey close hollow corner bracket open. Then Uchiha Zanyan wrapped conqueror's hockey around his fists. Uchiha Zanyan punched Akunorlia. Akunorlia was not afraid either and punched forward. Boom. The two powerful forces collided, producing a terrifying impact that destroyed everything around them, and the entire Tenro Island couldn't help but tremble violently. Akunorlia swung its tail and swept towards Uchiha Zanyan. Ha! Uchiha Zanyan raised his hand and grabbed Akunorlia's tail, then swung it hard and threw Akunorlia's body out. Abu. Akunorlia spread his wings in the air, stabilized his body, and then his chest swelled. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan saw this posture and knew what the other party wanted to do. Others also knew it when they saw Akunorlia's posture. It's a roar. Natsu is a dragon slayer, and dragon slayers have a roar. The power of Natsu's fire dragon's roar is very terrifying. The roar of a real dragon will only be more powerful. Uchiha Zanyan took out a kunai. Roar of the black dragon. A terrifying impact comparable to the power of magic spirits fell from the sky and fell towards the direction of Tinlong Island. Flying Thunder God Technique. The kunai in Uchiha Zanyan's hand quickly opened a huge technique in midair. After the roar fell into the technique, it seemed to fall into a muddy quagmire and was slowly swallowed. Soon the roar was completely swallowed by the technique. Then, boom, an uninhabited island not too far from Tenro Island exploded. The horrific explosion was like a nuclear bomb explosion, which made the island disappear from the map 950% completely. Its power is no less than that of the super-large Jade Spiral Shuriken. This is the power of the giant dragon in this world. Akunorlia was also stunned at this time. He didn't expect that his roar was actually transferred away. Uchiha Zanyan stepped on the air, and his body instantly appeared in front of Akunorlia, and raised his foot to shoot at Akunorlia's head. Dex. Akunorlia couldn't help but let out a cry of pain, and his body fell towards Tenro Island. Boom. After a series of earthquakes, Akunorlia's body smashed a huge pit on the ground. Woo. Everyone on Tenro Island was stunned when they saw this scene. Uchiha Zanyan fought against the Black Dragon, and he was not at a disadvantage at all, and even had the upper hand. They already knew that Uchiha Zanyan was a monster, but this was too much of a monster. At this time, the black magician Zirf, who had already left Tenro Island but was not far away, also saw this scene. Even though he had lived for more than 400 years, he couldn't help but be a little dumbfounded. What's going on? Is the guy who was beaten really Akuno Rolia? That Akuno Rolia was actually being beaten by someone. Advertisement. Chapter 422 Zanyan vs Acnologia. Advertisement. He has been hiding here and there for these years, mainly to avoid Akunorlia. The curse of the god Angselram gave him the power of immortality, but immortality does not mean strength. Compared with most humans, his strength is almost at the top, but for dragons, his strength is actually just average. His best aura is research, not fighting. He can research many powerful magics, but no matter how powerful the magic he researched is, it has no effect on Akunorlia. Therefore, the powerful ability of immortality makes him his fatal weakness when facing an Anorolia. An immortal bug, no matter how immortal, cannot threaten humans. At most, it will die a few more times endlessly, and it can be locked up and played with more when it has nothing to do. He was afraid of being repeatedly tortured by Akunorlia, so he hid. However, that powerful monster is now at a disadvantage in front of a young man. Did he hide for too long? The world has changed so much that even monsters that can suppress Akunorlia have appeared. However, it is impossible to defeat a Nano-Rolia. Zirf believes that the final winner must be Akuno Rolia. He knows how powerful Akuno Rolia is. Even if the young man can suppress it temporarily, Akuno Rolia is a monster that can devour magic power. Any magic is ineffective against Akuno Rolia. Uchiha Zanyan made a seal with one hand. Open hollow corner bracket fire style great fire extinguishing close hollow corner bracket. Uchiha Zanyan spewed out a sea of fire from his mouth. Fire. So much fire. I wonder what it tastes like. Natsu saw the flames spewed out by Zanyan and immediately wanted to taste it. Lucy complained. Hey, that's the fire spit out by Zanyan, don't you feel a little disgusted if you eat it again? DB. After Lucy said this, Natsu suddenly felt a little disgusted. The black dragon Akuno Rolia did not have so many thoughts, and opened his mouth wide to suck in all the flames. As expected, even ninjutsu can be swallowed. Quote. Advertisement. Uchiha Zanyan was not surprised to see that Acnololia swallowed even his own ninjutsu flame. Although chakra and magic power are different types of power, there is actually no difference in the form and essence of expression. The essence is spiritual power and physical energy. In order to do the experiment, he also deliberately pulled Natsu to do the experiment, releasing the flame for Natsu to swallow, and Natsu was able to swallow it, and it also had a power amplification effect. The dragon's physique is very special. As long as it is energy, it has a certain ability to absorb. However, the most suitable absorption is still the same as its own attributes. Different attributes will also increase the burden. Acnololia does not have this concern. He can absorb energy of almost all attributes, and energy attacks of all attributes have very limited effects on him. This is the secret of Acnololia's strength. He swallowed the flame. Uchiha Zanyan didn't feel anything, but everyone else was shocked. Since energy attacks are not very effective, let's use physical attacks. Swish. Uchiha Zanyan instantly appeared in front of Acnololia, and Acnololia quickly bit Uchiha Zanyan's neck. Uchiha Zanyan punched Acnololia's chin. Acnololia got angry and swung his sharp claws towards Uchiha Zanyan's chest. Be careful, tear. Uchiha Zanyan's clothes were torn open, and 3 claw marks appeared on Uchiha Zanyan's chest. But the wounds were just scratched and healed in an instant. Was Zanyan scratched just now? It seems, but it seems not. Uchiha Zanyan devoured the Ghost King Muzan and obtained all of Muzan's power, and now he has further evolved. Uchiha Zanyan punched Acnololia's face. Quote backslash. Exclamation mark quote. Akunorlia screamed in pain. Uchiha Zanyan had no intention of stopping, and kept punching Akuno Rolia in the face. Advertisement. Akuno Rolia was beaten so hard that she had no power to fight back, and blood flowed out of her mouth, but that was all. This minor injury was nothing to Akuno Rolia. The dragon's physique gave Akuno Rolia extraordinary physical defense, and even Uchiha Zanyan's continuous attack could not cause much damage to it. Tempest kick. Uchiha Zanyan kicked Acnololia in the chest. Boom. Acnololia's huge body was kicked back by Uchiha Zanyan. After a while, Acnololia raised his head and looked at Uchiha Zanyan fiercely. Boy, you are very strong. I haven't seen such a strong human for a long time, but this alone can't hurt me. Well, it seems so. It seems that I have to work harder. Crack, crack. Blue energy appeared around Uchiha Zanyan's body, and lightning wrapped around Uchiha Zanyan's body. Uchiha Zanyan used thunder breathing and lightning style chakra mode. Then, Uchiha Zanyan activated Thunder Dragon Power. Thunder. Akunorlia's tone was disdainful. Dama Jiao, any attribute energy is just some supplements for him. Swoosh. Uchiha Zanyan instantly appeared in front of Acnololia, with lightning wrapped around his palm, slashing at Acnololia. Akunorlia raised his arm to block. Puff. Even with the dragon scales blocking, Acnololia's arm was cut open, and blood spurted out. What? Zerf was shocked to see this scene. Acnololia was actually injured. Originally, when he saw Uchiha Zanyan using the power of lightning, he also felt that Uchiha Zanyan was doing useless work. Akunorlia's resistance to magic was too strong. Whether it was human magic or dragon magic, lightning could not cause any damage to it. Uchiha Zanyan injured Akunorlia with one blow. Advertisement. Chapter 423, Beating. Advertisement. Akunorlia was also slightly stunned. Although the injury was not serious, the opponent had really hurt him. This was not the kind of fist before, this was a force that could threaten his life. Interesting. Akunorlia was also interested at this time. As a man who ended the most powerful dragon era, he had not felt the sense of danger for a long time. The feeling of having no opponent is very lonely. Now there is such a powerful opponent, which makes him feel very excited. DFL. Akunorlia roared, flapped his wings and rushed straight towards Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan was naturally not afraid at all, and rushed forward quickly. Boom 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 boom. The man and the dragon kept fighting in the sky. The powerful fluctuations caused cracks in the dark clouds in the sky. The sea was boiling and the earth was roaring. Mestra was dumbfounded at this time. What was going on? He just came here to explore what secrets Fairy Tail was hiding. How did he encounter a battle between a man and a dragon? Akunorlia knew that in the intelligence of the Magic Council, there was a record of the Black Feather of the End. Its appearance also meant that the end of the era was coming. These have been secretly recorded in the intelligence department of the Magic Council. He also knew Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan joined the Fairy Tail Guild half a year ago, and the biggest thing he did was to destroy the Fairy Tail Guild's opponent, the Phantom Ruler Guild. Because the Phantom Ruler Guild is also one of the largest guilds in the Kingdom of Fury, and the President Joseph Zala is one of the 10 Holy Mages. So Uchiha Zanyan was very popular for a while. But what did he see now? This person was actually fighting with the Black Dragon Akunorlia. Are the Black Dragon Akunorlia and Joseph Zala on the same level? Akunorlia can crush Joseph Zala with just one finger. Uchiha Zanyan's strength is so terrifying. Even if all the people in the Magic Council join together, can they fight against the Black Dragon Akunorlia? No, it is absolutely impossible. The Black Dragon Akunorlia is no longer something that humans can deal with. BEDB, since the Black Dragon Akunorlia is not something that the Magic Council can deal with, then can Fei Zibo Zian and the others deal with it? Can the Magic Council really provoke Fairy Tail? He was suddenly a little scared at this moment. He was so bold that he broke into Fairy Tail alone, which was no different from seeking death. Bang! Advertisement. In midair, Uchiha Zanyan raised his legs high, and then chopped Akunorlia below with one foot. Dex. Akunorlia couldn't help but let out a cry of pain, and his body fell into the sea like a meteorite. Suddenly, boom, a terrifying dragon breath sprayed out from the sea water. Uchiha Zanyan was also prepared. A powerful dragon breath also spit out from his mouth. The two dragon breaths collided in midair, and a terrifying explosion suddenly broke out. The impact of the explosion set off a turbulent tsunami. Splash! Akunorlia rushed out of the sea water, with a strong dark dragon power wrapped around its claws, and hit Uchiha Zanyan's body. This 10 can easily break even a small mountain. Power Susanoo. Uchiha Zanyan activated Susanoo. He had fought with Akunorlia for so long, so he naturally knew the attack power of Akunorlia. Although Armament Haki had strong defense, it could not withstand the attack of the Black Dragon Akunorlia. A set of orange-yellow energy armor attached to Uchiha Zanyan's body. Boom! Akunorlia's claws hit Susanoo's energy armor. Crack! Cracks appeared on Susanoo's energy armor, and Akunorlia's claws pierced a part of Susanoo's armor, but did not hurt Uchiha Zanyan. This kind of attack power is the strongest among all the people Uchiha Zanyan has met. No one has been able to break Susanoo for a long time. It can only be said that it is worthy of being a creature standing at the top of the world, and its destructive power is indeed very strong. 013507014 Philu 192,242,310. Akunorlia was also a little surprised that his attack did not kill this guy. Advertisement. Immediately, Akunorlia opened his mouth and bit towards Uchiha Zanyan's neck. The most powerful attack power of the dragon is still its teeth. The powerful bite force can bite everything in the world to pieces. Crack! Uchiha Zanyan's Susanoo was bitten to pieces, and his teeth also pierced through Armament Haki and pierced into Uchiha Zanyan's shoulder. Uchiha Zanyan remained calm. Uchiha Zanyan's fist was wrapped with the power of shock fruit, and he punched Akunorlia in the chest. Exclamation mark! Quote. Crack! Dense cracks appeared in the air. Ouch! Akunorlia opened his mouth and screamed. The powerful vibration force fell directly on Akunorlia, making Akunorlia feel severe pain in his internal organs. Then Uchiha Zanyan grabbed Akunorlia's head and raised his knee quickly. Akunorlia quickly raised his arms to resist. Bang! Akunorlia was still dizzy from Uchiha Zanyan's knee strike. Then Uchiha Zanyan threw Akunorlia to Tinlong Island with force. Boom! Akunorlia's body hit the ground of Tinlong Island, making a huge pit in the ground. Akunorlia shook his head and wanted to stand up, but immediately a fist bigger than his body appeared and smashed down on him. Boom! The ground exploded, and the whole Tinlong Island shook violently. Ah! Akunorlia screamed in pain, and then fists continued to fall like raindrops. Advertisement. Chapter 424, Seal. Advertisement. Everyone who saw this scene didn't dare to breathe. Ouch! Akunorlia roared and wanted to fight back, but he was punched down as soon as he raised his head. Tenro Island was shaking violently, and everyone who saw this scene was stunned. Akunorlia was also very frustrated at this time. The opponent's fist contained several special forces, which made him very uncomfortable. It seemed that this kind of beating was a bit monotonous. Uchiha Zan Yan grabbed Akunorlia's tail. Then he threw it to the ground frantically. Boom 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 boom. Akunorlia felt that he was going crazy. He was the king of dragons, but he was humiliated like this. Of course, not only Akunorlia was going crazy, but everyone else also felt that they were going crazy. Especially Zirf. Who was that? That was the black dragon Akunorlia. He didn't dare to breathe in order to avoid Akunorlia all these years, otherwise there would be no news about him all these years. He knew better than anyone how terrifying Akunorlia was, because Akunorlia was almost created by him. He wanted to die, so he set his sights on the powerful Dragon Slayer, and wanted to use the Dragon Slayer to create a creature that could kill him. As a result, he created a monster that could not kill him but was extremely powerful. All magic was ineffective against this monster, even if he created a spell, it was ineffective against it. Strength, magic, defense, Akunorlia can be called the most terrifying monster. This monster also ended the most powerful dragon era. You know, any of those dragons can easily destroy a country now. And Akunorlia ended that era, and its terrifying strength can be imagined. The current Akunorlia has not reached its peak strength due to the low magic power of the era, but even so, no one is Akunorlia's opponent. It should be like this, but what is going on in front of him? Roar. Akunorlia found an opportunity to spit a dragon breath at Uchiha Zan Yan. However, the terrifying dragon breath that fell on Uchiha Zan Yan only melted part of Susanoo's armor. Advertisement. Snap. Akunorlia's neck was grabbed by Uchiha Zan Yan's big hand, and the breath was real. Then Uchiha Zan Yan grabbed Akunorlia's neck and began to swing it wildly at Akunorlia. This time Akunorlia couldn't even scream. It's not that Akunorlia didn't try to resist, but facing Uchiha Zan Yan, whose fist was half the size of his body, Akunorlia's resistance seemed weak. Buzz. Uchiha Zan Yan wrapped the power of shock fruit around his fist, and then punched Akunorlia. Exclamation mark quote. Despite Akunorlia's dragon scale defense, the shock force still hurt his internal organs. Puff. Akunorlia spurted blood from his mouth. He had no strength to struggle, and his body softened. 58,309. Seeing that the black dragon Akunorlia was motionless, many people speculated whether Akunorlia was killed by Uchiha Zan Yan. No, not yet, it's a dragon, how can it die so easily? Uchiha Zan Yan saw that Akunorlia was motionless. Shua. Uchiha Zan Yan's body grew larger again, turning into a tall man like the sky. Open hollow corner bracket ninjutsu yin-yang sealing techniques close hollow corner bracket. This is the sealing techniques created by Orochimaru imitating the Sage of Six Paths, sealing method, and the sealing effect is very strong. Uchiha Zan Yan's palm is bigger than the black dragon Akunorlia. There is a sun and a moon in the palm of Uchiha Zan Yan's palm. The black dragon Akunorlia also felt the danger and struggled hard, but it was in vain. Open black lens bracket 013507014 Philo 192,242,410. Snap. Uchiha Zan Yan put his palms together and held the black dragon Akunorlia in his palms. Advertisement. Dwang. ... A sound like a huge bell rang in the sky. It seemed to announce that everything had been settled. The black dragon Akunorlia was sealed into Uchiha Zan Yan's body. Quote. Quote. Zirf felt that Akunorlia had disappeared, and his eyes widened in disbelief. That was Akunorlia, how could it be killed like this? Of course, the power displayed by Uchiha Zan Yan was stronger than that of a real god, so it seemed natural that Akunorlia could not be defeated, but seeing it being killed made Zirf feel unreal. Everyone in Fairy Tail was also stunned. Uchiha Zan Yan killed the black dragon just like that. 0. Soon, Uchiha Zan Yan's body returned to normal size. Zan, that dragon, well, I have sealed it and it will never appear again. ... Although there were some guesses, it was still hard to believe what Uchiha Zan Yan said. At this time, everyone was shocked and speechless. They knew that Uchiha Zan Yan was very strong and powerful, but now it was not terrible. It turned out that what they saw was far from Uchiha Zan Yan's true strength. Now even if Uchiha Zan Yan said that he was a god, they would believe it unconditionally. Because the opponent's power is almost no different from that of an omnipotent god. President, are we going to continue the S-class exam now? Everyone looked at each other. Is it still the right time to talk about this? Exam? What exam? What exam is more difficult than killing the strongest Dark Guild, expelling the legendary strongest Black Wizard Zirf, and killing the Black Dragon Akunorlia? Any one of them is a century-long mission. Who would dare to advance to S-class wizard together with this guy? Forget it, it's getting late, and a lot of things have happened, so let's end this exam here. Advertisement. Chapter 425 Big Event. Advertisement. No one else had any objection to President Makarov's words. It was just that too many things happened today. It was really inappropriate to continue like this. At this time, several people also ran over. They were Gildarts, Felice and Bixlo who had left before. In addition to the three of them, there was a familiar face, Laxus. President, are you okay? The battle between Uchiha Zanyan and the Black Dragon Agnarolia was so intense that the terrifying fluctuations were felt by several people who had left for a long time. They also saw the battle between Uchiha Zanyan and Agnarolia. It looked like a battle between a dragon and a god, which was too shocking. Gildarts only then realized how terrifying the 840 strength of this little monster was. Before, he thought that the Black Dragon Agnarolia was the most powerful creature in the world. He was severely injured by Agnarolia without any resistance, but now seeing the battle between Uchiha Zanyan and Agnarolia, and it seems that Uchiha Zanyan won in the end, it brought him a great shock. Laxus was the same. He was originally going to pay tribute to the first-generation president this time, but he met Philid and Bixro who failed the first level of the S-level assessment and Gildarts who had completed the mission halfway, and learned that the Fairy Tail Guild S-level wizard promotion exam was being held on Tenro Island. After hearing this news, he was ready to leave. After all, he had done many wrong things and was expelled from the guild. He didn't have the face to face everyone in the Fairy Tail Guild now. As a result, he sensed a strong magic fluctuation in the direction of Tenro Island, and followed because of worry. It turned out that Uchiha Zanyan was so strong. It was ridiculous that he had provoked him at the beginning. His strength was really too different from that of the other party. Advertisement. It's okay, Laxus, why are you here? You were expelled from the guild. Makarov saw Laxus and immediately scolded him angrily. Although he missed his grandson, Laxus had done so many wrong things. Zanyan, that black dragon. Gildarts asked Uchiha Zanyan. Don't worry, I have sealed it, it will never appear again. That's good, that's good. Although he was very shocked that Uchiha Zanyan could seal the Black Dragon, this result was undoubtedly the best. At this time, Mest was on a battleship in the distance. He came to Fairy Tail to discover some secrets of Fairy Tail, but he saw such a horrible thing. This battleship is the battleship of the Magic Council. Because he was afraid of any unexpected situation, he asked his friend Lahar to come forward and send a battleship to meet him. As a result, the accident really happened, and it was an accident that humans could hardly resist. The Dark Guild Demon Heart attacked Tinlong Island and was destroyed by Uchiha Zanyan. Akuno Rolia was killed by Uchiha Zanyan, and the fluctuations of the battle were simply earth-shattering. Their worship of the Magic Council could not withstand even the aftermath. And they witnessed a battle between gods and dragons with their own eyes. Why gods instead of humans? Because they could not imagine that humans could have such powerful power. Only gods can have such powerful power. Of course, they all recognized the appearance of that god. Dorenbart. That man is indeed. Mester nodded. He is Uchiha Zan. As the captain of the Forced Supervision Force, Laharl naturally recognized Uchiha Zanyan, not only recognized him, he had seen him with his own eyes. It was the time when he captured the 6 demon generals. But he could never imagine that the man was so strong. He suddenly thought that the members of the new Magic Council seemed to be trying to disband Fairy Tail. Advertisement. He also knew a lot of information about Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail caused a lot of trouble, but it was indeed a guild that made a lot of contributions. He personally opposed the disbanding of Fairy Tail. Now think about it, if the other party really wants to disband Fairy Tail, it would be better to disband the Magic Council as soon as possible, so that at least it would be a little more comfortable, at least there would be no heavy casualties. What happened here? Why did the Black Dragon appear here? It's a big thing, and it's a very big thing. The Dark Guild Demon's Heart attacked Fairy Tail, but was destroyed by Uchiha Zanyan. The Black Wizard Zirf was also on this island, and then was killed by Uchiha Zanyan. Yan was expelled from the island, and finally the Black Dragon Agnarolia appeared and was killed by Baojibo Zanyan. Quote. Laharl was stunned when he heard the explosive news from his friend. If he didn't know his friend very well, he really couldn't believe that so many earth-shaking events happened on this island in such a short time. The Heart of the Devil was destroyed. And, the legendary Black Mage Zirf is also on this island. The Heart of the Devil is known as the strongest dark guild in the Ishgar continent, and it is also the dark guild that gives the Magic Council the most headaches. Tang Ran was quietly destroyed on the Unwolf Island. And the Black Mage Zirf, that was a man who had brought terrible disasters to the entire continent, and that man was still alive. Wait, you said the Black Mage Zirf was expelled, wasn't he killed? Laharl suddenly remembered that Meister said expulsion. Meister nodded seriously and said, yes, it was expelled, and Uchiha Zanyan did not take action to solve it. Why? That's the Black Mage Zirf, known as the most brutal Black Mage in history. Laharl shouted in confusion, if Zirf were alive, who knows what kind of terrible disaster would be brought to the world, why not kill him? It seems that the other party has no conflict with Uchiha Zanyan. The other party came to Tenro Island unintentionally, so Uchiha Zanyan did not kill him, but expelled him. Advertisement. Chapter 426 Return to Pirates. Advertisement. Just for this reason, Laharl was incredulous. That was the Black Wizard Zirf, a man whose sins could not be offset even if he was killed 10,000 times. Uchiha Zanyan let him go just because he had no intention of entering the Tenro Island. If his strength did not allow it, he really wanted to capture Uchiha Zanyi and pry open Uchiha Zanyan's head to find out what was going on in this man's mind. Report to the higher-ups. Fairy Tail is a force that even the Magic Council cannot afford to provoke. The Fairy Tail group returned to Magnolia Town. Uchiha Zanyan also returned to his home. Swish. A figure that looked exactly like Uchiha Zanyan appeared. This was the physical shadow clone, which could be considered a part of Uchiha Zanyan's body. It had most of Uchiha Zanyan's abilities, but its strength level was slightly lower than that of Uchiha Zanyan himself, but it was almost enough to deal with everything. You are responsible for handling various things in this world. Uchiha Zanyan assigned tasks to his clone. His purpose of coming to this world was almost accomplished, and the journey of this world came to an end for the time being. This world is very good, and the power of magic is also very strong. The Uchiha clan can also settle in this world in the future. Uchiha Zanyan opened the Mangekyo Sharingan, and a space-time transmission channel appeared in front of Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan stepped in. 9 Snake Island. 9 Snake Castle. Empress Hancock's bedroom. KY. Advertisement. The space-time channel opened, and Uchiha Zanyan stepped out from it. Just as Uchiha Zanyan walked out, a figure pounced directly on him, and the whole person hung on Uchiha Zanyan. Husband, you haven't come back for a long time, I miss you so much. It's been less than a month, right? Uchiha Zanyan has been in the fairy tale world for most of the past 6 months, but he still often travels between the two worlds. This is also due to his good health now and the less burden after his eyes were upgraded to Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. If it were a normal person, Tien Yen could only travel once. If he hadn't devoured the Ghost King Muzan, he wouldn't be able to travel through the world so frequently. Every time he traveled back, he needed to pay his taxes. This time was no exception. Uchiha Zanyan hugged the Empress Hancock to bed, and then the two of them started exercising. The battle lasted for a night before it gradually subsided. Uchiha Zanyan sighed. Fortunately he is now a ghost dragon body, otherwise he might not be able to subdue this little goblin. The Empress's body has become extremely powerful under his nourishment, and both her self-healing ability and physical fitness are comparable to monsters. Hubby, I feel like you've become more powerful. In what way? Hancock blushed and whispered. In every way, you give me a very strong pressure, even though you don't show it, but I can still feel that natural strong pressure. That feeling is like a lower person facing a higher person. Before becoming the Empress was just an ordinary girl on 9 Snake Island, so she was naturally a lower person, and naturally knew the feeling of a lower person. Uchiha Zanyan stroked Hancock's body and smiled and said, your feeling is right, I did gain a lot in that world. Quote. Hancock's eyes lit up when she heard this. She knew how strong her man was. If her man said that he had made great gains in that world, then it must be a great gain. What was the gain? Uchiha Zanyan told Hancock about the dragon-slaying magic crystal he had obtained and the sealing of a black dragon. Advertisement. Dragon. Hancock was shocked, although Uchiha Zan had told Hancock about the customs and habits of that world before. I knew that there were dragons in that world, but I still couldn't believe it when I heard that Uchiha Zanyan had fought a real black dragon and sealed it. He was not a dragon originally, but a human. Because he practiced dragon-slaying magic, he killed too many dragons and finally became a dragon. It's not wrong to say that he is a real dragon. Dragonization. People can become dragons, not the transformation of Zone Devil Fruit. Well, it is a real dragonization, but it doesn't look much different from the transformation of Zone Devil Fruit. Where is the Dragon Slayer crystal? That is something humans made from the heart of a giant dragon. After it is buried in the body, it can allow people to use Dragon Slayer magic, even without a magic source. It is a bit similar to the Logia Devil Fruit, and its power is even stronger than the Logia Devil Fruit. So powerful. Hancock's eyes lit up when he heard this. It was too powerful to be comparable to Logia. The Logia Devil Fruit is called the strongest devil fruit in 487, and its power is naturally incomparable. The 3 admirals of the former naval headquarters were all Logia demon fruit power. That world actually has such a good thing, so as long as we get more Dragon Slayer crystals, can't we create an invincible force? After all, the Empress is the Empress. After staying on the throne for a long time, she naturally has to think about how to make her power stronger. In the past, she had been working hard to protect her country and improve her strength, until Uchiha Zanyan appeared. She became Uchiha Zanyan's woman and could relax. However, Uchiha Zanyan wants to build the Uchiha Empire. As the queen of the Uchiha Empire, she naturally has to consider the expansion of the country. The queen herself is one of the 7 warlords of the sea, so she is not the kind of woman who only knows how to enjoy herself. She has been busy with company business during this period. Uchiha Zanyan smiled and shook her head. This is a bit difficult. The rarity of the Dragon Slayer crystal is no less than that of the Logia Devil Fruit. Of course, it is not impossible to get it, but it will take more time. The main reason is that I used 9 of them by myself, but there must be a lot more. Advertisement. Chapter 427 Changes. Advertisement. 9. The Empress's eyes widened in shock. Although she knew her husband was very powerful, she never expected him to be so powerful. Her husband actually got 9 of the treasures that were as powerful as the Logia Devil Fruit. This was too powerful. Uchiha Zanyan saw the Empress's surprised expression and was very satisfied. Are there many strong people in that world? Many. It is a more advanced world than this one. Each dragon is comparable to the 4 emperors of the New World. Although they are almost extinct, there should be many left. Most of them have survived. Hidden. Why? Hancock was a little confused. Strong people comparable to the 4 emperors of the New World hid. The 4 emperors were the sea emperors of the New World and called the wind and rain in the New World. The world government did not dare to conflict with the four emperors of the New World rashly, but such powerful dragons actually hid. Because they were afraid of being killed by the black dragon Agnarolia. Agnarolia was the man who ended the dragon era. He killed almost all the dragons, so all the dragons were hiding from him. That black dragon is so powerful. Hancock was very shocked. A dragon was comparable to the four emperors, but it was killed by a dragon transformed from a human. Yes, very powerful, but the main reason for ending such a powerful dragon age is that the opponent's magic has a strong restraint on dragons. Although Agnarolia is powerful, he is not really invincible. Fire Dragon King Igneel fought to the death and still lost half of Agnerolia's arm. But the Fire Dragon King himself is already the pride of the dragon clan, and his combat power is also the top power among the dragons. The main reason why Agnarolia was able to end the Dragon Age is that the Guardian faction and the Extermination faction fought each other, and the Dragon Slayer wizard appeared. But his own strength is indeed far higher than that of Admiral and four emperors. This is not Agnerolia's peak. In the animation, Agnarolia once said a sentence after swallowing the power of time, which is comparable to his peak in the Dragon Slayer period. That is to say, Agnarolia in that posture is the peak of Agnarolia. Advertisement. Agnarolia at its peak. Even if he wanted to get rid of Agnarolia, it was not so easy, and the outcome was uncertain. Agnarolia at that time was a truly powerful Agnarolia. That world is naturally not to be let go. After the Uchiha Empire is built, it will naturally move into that world. I have even chosen the address. Itedet. That is a country that occupies an entire continent. It is a country that unified the entire continent. It is called the Ilbara's Empire. There are many strong people in that country who are comparable to the four emperors. It just so happens that I know the emperor of that country, so I can just occupy that country directly. Quote. Hearing Uchiha Zanyan's words, Hancock admired his man even more. At the beginning, he could only barely protect the Amazon lily, while his man had already set his sights on other worlds. Hancock's breathing became rapid, and his eyes were full of love as he looked at Zanyan. Seeing this expression, Zanyan knew that Hancock had thought again, there was no other way, just go. Soon, the war started again. Since Uchiha Zanyan came back, Uchiha Zanyan spent 3 consecutive days on the bed of the Empress. After feeding the Empress, Uchiha Zanyan went to naval headquarters without stopping. Because there is also a little fairy who was crying for food here. After feeding Momosuke, Uchiha Zanyan was finally able to rest. Fortunately, his body was strong enough, otherwise he would definitely be hanging on the bed. The naval headquarters and the world government are very peaceful and stable, but behind this seemingly peaceful and stable situation, no one knows what conspiracy the world government is brewing. After all, the world government is famous for its conspiracy. In the naval headquarters, Uchiha Zanyan has more subordinates. In addition to the giant army, there are also some vice admirals and 10 soldiers. Advertisement. It is a steady development, which is also the reason why Uchiha Zanyan is not very active. He participated in the world recruitment just on impulse. It can be regarded as the fulfillment of his childhood dream. When he watched One Piece, although he liked Luffy and his party very much, the Marine Admiral was really very impressive. As for the importance of Marine Admiral, it is now dispensable in Uchiha Zanyan's eyes. It is really that he has gained too much from this trip to Fairy Tail. A new power system magic. There are also Dragon Slayer magic crystal and Acnologia, which greatly enhance Uchiha Zanyan's power. World government, even if it hides a stronger power, is not a big threat in front of Uchiha Zanyan. After feeding Momosuke, Uchiha Zanyan returned to Floating Sky Island. Now almost all Uchiha clans have settled in Floating Sky Island, because Nine Snake Island belongs to Amazon Lily after all, even if the relationship is good, it always feels like a cuckoo occupying the nest. However, Amazon Lily is now a country under the Uchiha Empire. Amazon Lily has married Uchiha women who are almost more than the entire Uchiha population, and the population of non-Uchiha has also grown explosively. Now, not counting the women who married into the Uchiha clan, the number of Uchiha clan has exceeded 700, and there is a newborn almost every day. It is conceivable how strong the Uchiha clan will be in a few years. Uchiha Zanyan feels quite satisfied with this. Brother Zanyan is back. Uchiha Sasuke, who was practicing outside the village, saw Uchiha Zanyan and immediately ran over happily. Uchiha Zanyan is the most admired idol of Uchiha Sasuke and all the children in the family. He also wants to be as powerful as Uchiha Zanyan. Now he is practicing hard. Sasuke mainly practices the breathing of flame and the breathing of thunder, and Uchiha Zanyan has already passed down all the breathing methods. Family members can choose the practice that suits them. Although Uchiha Sasuke is still young, his strength is not weak. In the world of Hokage Ninja, he is also at the Jonin level. Advertisement. Chapter 428 Competition. Advertisement. Zanyan, you're back. Uchiha Fugaku, Uchiha Shisui and Uchiha Itachi also rushed over after hearing the noise. In half a year, Uchiha Zanyan came back many times, but all of them were in the Empress's boudoir and Momosuke's bedroom. The two women had occupied most of his time. Of course, he never came back here once. Everyone in the family also knew that Uchiha Zanyan had gone to another world. Brother Zanyan, how is the world you went to? Shisui immediately asked curiously. He also wanted to follow Uchiha Zanyan to the new world. But Uchiha Zanyan had left, and he was needed to keep the place here, so he didn't go with them. Not bad, that is a more advanced world than this one, and it is very similar to the ninjutsu of the ninja world, both of which use various elements to attack. But compared to the ninjutsu, it is slightly more single, and most of them specialize in one type of magic. Quote. A higher level world. Then Zan Yan, that world. Uchiha Fugaku now fully understands how valuable a world is. He was once excluded from Konoha village and had difficulty surviving. Now he is about to establish a country in this world. Not only that, he also controls several countries. Although Uchiha Zan Yan has not appeared in this world for a long time, and many young strong men have emerged in the world, Uchiha Zan Yan is still recognized as the strongest man in the world. Under the deterrence of Uchiha Zan Yan, Uchiha Security Company has been developing rapidly in the past 2 years. Now more and more countries choose to hire Uchiha Security Company. After all, the world government's Tianshengzhen is too expensive. Compared with the expensive Tianshengzhen, the security cost of Uchiha Security Company is much less. Advertisement. So some countries that can't afford or hope to pay less Tianshengzhen have withdrawn from the world government and choose to cooperate with Uchiha Security Company. In this way, the business was blatantly taken away by Uchiha Security Company, and the government also acted very calm, as if nothing had happened. However, the more this happened, the more it meant that the other party was secretly holding back a big move. But Uchiha Zan Yan didn't care. Not to mention that his strength had become stronger, Uchiha Security Company was no soft persimmon now. Shisui and Itachi are needless to say. After 2 years, Shisui was not inferior to the 3 Marine Admirals at the time. Itachi's strength has also truly grown to the level of Marine Admiral. Uchiha Fugaku, the patriarch of the Uchiha clan, although he looks inconspicuous, has made rapid progress in the past 2 years, and is not inferior to the Admiral of Headquarters at all. Then add the other captains of his own company, Phoenix, Marco, Diamond, Joes, Flower Sword, Vista, Sea Knight, Jinbei, Hitaki Kakashi and Guy, and finally Orochimaru Teacher. After 2 years of growth, these are all captains with strength comparable to Admiral level. Here is also Nine-Tails Demon Fox sitting. In addition to these top players, the elite members of the Uchiha clan have also made great progress. After learning the breathing method and haki, their strength has been greatly improved. Now they are the elite among the elites. Any one of them is more powerful than the pirates with a bounty of hundreds of millions. Such power has far exceeded the power of the 4 emperors. However, in the eyes of outsiders, except for Uchiha Zan Yan, the Uchiha Security Company is more powerful than the 4 emperors. This is because Uchiha Zan Yan has received a lot of Whitebeard's inheritance. Otherwise, it is not as good as the 4 emperors' pirates. The main reason why they dare not provoke the Uchiha Security Company is because of Uchiha Zan Yan, the recognized strongest man in the world. They didn't know that the power of the Uchiha Security Company has become so powerful. That world is good and suitable for the development of our Uchiha clan, but we should wait until the empire is established before exploring that world. Single quote. Uchiha Fugaku nodded. Indeed, the current territory of the Uchiha clan is actually a bit full. Advertisement. Even if all the clan members were assigned to management positions, it would still be a bit stretched. Now he realized the importance of the number of clan members. No wonder the 3rd Hokage had so many clan members. It was not that the Uchiha clan did not try to have children, but many of them died in the war. In every ninja world war, Konoha village would send many Uchiha clan members to participate in the war, and many Uchiha clan members would die on the battlefield. It was these family ninjas who constantly died in the war that made the Uchiha clan famous. He used to think that this was normal. After all, ninjas have to grow up in battle. Although they don't like the Konoha village high-level officials, they are still members of Konoha village after all. So they would naturally send people to participate in the war. It was not until later that he knew that the Sarutobi clan had tens of thousands of family members that he felt how hypocritical the 3rd Hokage was. That's right, Zan Yan, your temperament seems to have changed again. Quote. Itachi looked at Uchiha Zan Yan, and he felt an invisible pressure from Uchiha Zan Yan. Shisui was very curious. Yes. Brother Zan Yan, since that world is an advanced world, the power must be very strong. As a man, no one can resist being strong, and the men of the Uchiha clan are naturally the same. Shisui and Itachi have been studying haki for a long time. Under the guidance of Uchiha Zan Yan, both of them have learned Conqueror's haki. Ninjutsu, swordsmanship, haki, breathing method, all complement each other, which greatly increases the strength. Uchiha Zan Yan said that the world is more advanced, so the power must be very strong. Well, I've gained a lot this time. Brother Zan Yan, do you want to compete? Shisui said to Uchiha Zan Yan eagerly. On the one hand, he wanted to understand the power that Uchiha Zan Yan had learned, and on the other hand, he wanted to test the gap between himself and brother Zan Yan. Compete. It seems that you have made a lot of progress in this period of time, but we brothers have not competed for a long time, and I want to see how strong you are now. Advertisement. Chapter 429 I don't fight anymore. Advertisement. I want to see. I want to see. Uchiha Sasuke shouted excitedly when he heard that Uchiha Zan Yan was going to compete with Uchiha Shisui. Uchiha Zan Yan was the strongest of the Uchiha clan, and Uchiha Shisui was the second best. The next best was Uchiha Itachi, and then it was the turn of the clan leader Uchiha Fugaku. He naturally wanted to see the battle between the strongest and the second strongest in the family. Then I'll do it. Uchiha Shisui was not polite, and his body turned into a lightning and rushed towards Uchiha Zan Yan. Uchiha Shisui has been developing Thunder Fruit for the past 2 years, and now it has reached perfection. Crack. Uchiha Shisui appeared in front of Uchiha Zanyan and punched Uchiha Zanyan. Shisui did not show any mercy. Armament Haki, Thunder Fruit, Conqueror's Haki, Lightning Style Chakra Mode, Thunder Breathing. Because he knew the strength of his elder brother, showing mercy was a privilege given by the strong to the weak. He would consider it a great success if he could do a little damage to his elder brother with all his strength. Uchiha Zanyan's palms were wrapped with blazing flames, and he punched forward. Boom. The collision of the two fists burst out with a powerful force that shook the ground. Bang. Uchiha Shisui was knocked back. Brother Zanyan, what is this? Shisui looked at the blazing flames wrapped around Uchiha Zanyan's hands in amazement. They, the ninjas, could spray flames using ninjutsu, but he had never seen flames appear directly on their hands. This is the Fire Dragon Slayer magic, you have to be careful. Purgatory Dragon's Hot Hell. Uchiha Zanyan clenched his fists and a fireball appeared, and then shot it towards Shisui. God's punishment. Shisui also immediately launched a lightning column. Boom. The two forces collided and a powerful explosion suddenly broke out. A huge sphere of fire was surrounded by dazzling lightning, vaporizing the surrounding ground. So powerful. As this magic. The few people watching the battle were also very shocked to see this scene. They all knew how powerful Uchiha Shisui's Thunder Fruit was. Advertisement. But the power of the attack used by Uchiha Zanyan was not weaker than Shisui's Thunder Fruit. Poseidon Dragon's Water Array. A large area of water was created on the ground, and these waters produced strong vibrations, as strong as a tsunami. Uchiha Shisui quickly dodged after seeing it. Granite Dragon's Earth Break. The earth collapsed and quickly used Moonwalk. Open hollow corner bracket Storm Dragon Storm Snow Moonflower close hollow corner bracket. Uchiha Shisui's body was surrounded by a large number of tornadoes. Uchiha Shisui originally wanted to fight with Uchiha Zanyan with his own skills, but he didn't expect to be forced to this point by Uchiha Zanyan in a blink of an eye. Open hollow corner bracket Susanoo close hollow corner bracket. Uchiha Shisui shouted softly and used Susanoo. A green energy skeleton instantly appeared to protect Uchiha Shisui. Susanoo, the strongest ultimate eye technique of Mangekyo Sharingan. As the top power in the Hokage ninja world, it is not inferior to any top power in the world. Even if Uchiha Zanyan has gained a lot of power, his Susanoo is his strongest trump card. With the protection of Susanoo, the tornado sent by Uchiha Zanyan has little effect on Uchiha Shisui. Open hollow corner bracket God's punishment close hollow corner bracket. The arm of the sequel Nohu pointed to the sky. Crack. A dazzling and thick lightning column fell from the sky, like a real punishment from the god of thunder. Uchiha Zanyan looked at the lightning column falling from the sky and opened his mouth without dodging. In a blink of an eye, the thick lightning column was swallowed by Uchiha Zanyan. Advertisement. Everyone who saw this scene was shocked. What was going on? Such a terrifying lightning was actually eaten. What a joke. Uchiha Shisui also stood there in a daze, and then shouted in disbelief, what is this? Asterisk. Well, this is the unique dragon slaying magic of that world, such as the fire dragon slaying magic. The flame cannot cause damage to the fire dragon slaying magician. Not only that, it can also temporarily improve its attribute status by swallowing flames, just like the amplification of the breathing method. And the thunder dragon slaying magician can swallow lightning. Quote. Several people were stunned when they heard Uchiha Zanyan's explanation. What is this? Is this magic? That means, my lightning can't cause any harm to you, but it will increase your strength. Uchiha Zanyan nodded. Yeah. Then why fight? Don't you have other powers? Shisui curled his lips when he heard this. Other powers, he is not as good as brother Zanyan. This dragon killing magic is too pervert. Individual attribute immunity, ninjutsu also has various attributes. For example, their Uchiha clan is good at fire style ninjutsu. If fire style ninjutsu is immune, then the strength is greatly reduced. Then Zanyan, the several powers you just showed. Just now, Uchiha Zanyan showed the power of different attributes. Although it is very similar to ninjutsu, the way of performing the spell without seals is obviously not ninjutsu. Well, they are all dragon killing magic. Quote. So many kinds. Shisui asked quickly. Brother Zanyan, is magic easy to learn? Uchiha Zanyan shook his head. It's not easy to learn. Magic itself is complicated. The most important thing is that we are not from that world. To use magic in that world, we naturally need a source of magic, and we outsiders don't have a source of magic. If we want to use dragon slaying magic, we can only rely on external forces. There is a kind of extraordinary creature in that world, dragon. However, most dragons have been extinct. Humans use the heart of the dragon to make dragon slaying magic crystals. After burying the IELTS magic crystals in the body, you can use dragon slaying magic. It's similar to taking devil fruit, but the way to mobilize power is different. Generally speaking, both the power and value are about the same as Lodia devil fruit. Quote. Advertisement. Chapter 430 World Situation. Advertisement. Uchiha Fugaku's eyes lit up. There was no doubt that this was another world of great value. If they could obtain a large number of Dragon Slayer crystals, the power of the Uchiha clan would be extremely strong. This thing is also very rare in that world, but you can still find some if you work hard, but you also need to adapt. If you don't adapt, there may be adverse reactions. There is no rush to develop that world. Wait until everything is stable before developing that world. Then several people returned to the village together. Uchiha Zanyan learned about the current situation of the family from Uchiha Fugaku. In general, the strength of the family is steadily improving, and every family member has to undergo training and assessment every once in a while. This also makes the family members not slack off. Now the younger generation of the family, the strength of 7-7, is enough to match the Shichibukai. Ninjutsu, breathing method, Haki, the three cooperate with each other, plus the family's Sharingan, which makes every member of the family a hexagonal warrior. Oh, there's one more thing. Anahime has opened the Mangekyo Sharingan. Oh, although Uchiha Zanyan had long guessed that other members of the clan would open the Mangekyo Sharingan, he was still surprised that it happened so quickly. He also guessed the reason, the breathing method, which Uchiha Zan obtained when he first traveled to the Demon Slayer world. In terms of power, it is undoubtedly a low-level power, but in terms of function, it is of great benefit. The breathing method is like a key that can open the gene lock of the body and let the body's potential burst out. This is also the reason why Shisui and Itachi were able to open the Mangekyo Sharingan early. Advertisement. Uchiha Anahime is also an elite in the Uchiha clan, but if it follows the normal trajectory, even if he is not killed by Uchiha Itachi, he himself is just a jonin with a little strength, and it is not an exaggeration to describe him as mediocre. But now with the breathing method and Haki, these mediocre guys have also become powerful elites. Not bad. There are now 5 owners of Mangekyo Sharingan in the family. Without a doubt, this is an unprecedented grand occasion for the Uchiha clan. There is still a vacancy for the captain of the Uchiha security company. Let him go. Strength determines status. This is a long-term development plan for the family. For powerful clan members or subordinates, he will give corresponding status. And opening Mangekyo Sharingan undoubtedly has such qualifications. From the perspective of potential, the potential for opening Mangekyo Sharingan is stronger than that of others. In fact, it stands to reason that all members of the Uchiha clan have the potential to open Mangekyo Sharingan, but they cannot open it because they do not have enough qualifications. The breathing method is a kind of power that can allow people to break through limitations. Uchiha Zanyan has experienced it and naturally understands it better. Zanyan, there is also devil fruit. The power of devil fruit is very unique. Each devil fruit is like a blood limit. This is a powerful power that we cannot miss. Look at the territory of their Uchiha clan now. This is created by the ability of devil fruit. Such a huge territory makes him feel trembling. Although Shisui was defeated by Uchiha Zanyan, he is well known outside, second only to Shueibao Zia Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan is called the Emperor of Heaven, while Uchiha Shisui is already known as the Emperor of Thunder. Advertisement. If the Uchiha clan equips more devil fruit power, the clan will become stronger. Now there is a Blackbeard pirates in New World, and Captain Blackbeard can plunder devil fruit everywhere. Now that a very powerful pirate group has been created, I plan to control him with illusion, so that I can. Uchiha Fugaku is the patriarch of the Uchiha clan. He is not an ordinary person to have been able to protect the Uchiha clan for so long. In the ninja world, fighting and competing are commonplace, so the Uchiha clan quickly adapted to the life of this world when they came to this world. It's not necessary for now. If you know too many things and don't have enough talent, your potential will be wasted. Ninjutsu, breathing techniques, swordsmanship, physical skills, Haki, each of which is enough for many people to spend their entire lives practicing. Everyone's situation is different. Many people are extremely talented. 1 year of swordsmanship is equivalent to 10 or 20 years of swordsmanship for others. But if you want to reach the pinnacle, you have to practice hard for at least 10 or 20 years. Although knowing more things can make you stronger quickly, knowing everything means you are all mediocre. The ninjas of the Uchiha clan in the past were too mediocre. They obviously had the strongest bloodline limit Sharingan, but they were just a family with ordinary strength. Although the breathing method has been fully practiced to the level of concentration and constant, it does not mean the end. The real breathing method can be practiced to the point where the capillaries on the fingertips can be easily controlled. This is even more true for basic powers such as swordsmanship and physical skills. Although he is called the sword god in the ninja world, to be honest, he is far from the pinnacle of swordsmanship. But I do know that there is a devil. The fruit is not bad. I will take it back in a few days and put it in the family treasury. Use Huang Xian do to exchange it. Uchiha Fugaku's eyes lit up when he heard Uchiha Zanyan's words. The devil fruit that Uchiha Zanyan said was not bad should be no less than the thunder fruit that Shisui took. Maybe it is worse than the thunder fruit, but it should be a little worse. In this way, the family will have another top-level strongman in a short time. Then Uchiha Fugaku talked about the current situation in the world. World government is still relatively stable. 2 years ago, Uchiha Zanyan made world government lose a lot of face, but a lean camel is bigger than a horse, not to mention that world government itself was not seriously injured. It just lost some face. After 2 years of development, the strength of naval headquarters has greatly increased. Shichibukai is a bit lonely. Now there are only Hawkeye, Dracula Mahawk, Heavenly Yaksha, Don Quixote Doflamingo, Empress, Boa Hancock, and then 2 new members, a clown Buggy, and a guy who calls himself Whitebeard too. There are 2 positions temporarily vacant, one because there is no suitable candidate for the time being, and the other is the behemoth Uchiha Security Company. Advertisement. Chapter 431 Gift. Advertisement. In short, the current 7 warlords of the sea, as a symbol of the 3 major forces in the world, are no longer worthy of their name. The Empress is essentially still on the side of Uchiha Zanyan, and Shichibukai is almost dead in name only. The 3 major forces on the sea today are World Government, Uchiha Security Company, and 4 Emperors, who should now be called the 3 Emperors. Now there are even new titles, 1 Emperor, 3 Emperors, and 4 Admirals. The 1 Emperor refers to Uchiha Zanyan, the Emperor of Heaven. It stands to reason that Uchiha Zanyan will become the new 4 Emperors after inheriting Whitebeard's legacy, but because Uchiha Zanyan is not a pirate, he is naturally not a 4 Emperor. At the same time, because Uchiha Zanyan is extraordinary, he naturally has a unique position. No matter how many newcomers appear in the new world in the past 2 years, many old masters are still unshakable, let alone Uchiha Zanyan, a monster who tramples many old masters under his feet. Uchiha Zanyan, who is obviously a strong man who has surpassed the level of Admiral of Headquarters, is naturally planned to another level. A tree that stands out in the forest will be destroyed by the wind. Many guys who don't know the height of the 14th heaven challenge Uchiha Zanyan, but these guys were solved by the members of Uchiha Security Company before they even entered the door, and all of them were taken to mine. In addition to these major forces, there are some stronger forces and pirate groups, such as Crocodile, one of the former 7 warlords of the sea. After 2 years of development, Crocodile has also become a great pirate that people are afraid of. In the past, Crocodile's title was Sand Crocodile, and now it is called Man-Eating Crocodile. Because of his evil ghost body, Crocodile defeated many powerful enemies and devoured them, and his strength is also rapidly increasing. Now Crocodile's bounty has reached 3.5 billion berry, who is a very popular candidate for the new 4 emperors. Another popular candidate is Blackbeard. After the end of the Battle of the Top, Blackbeard's biggest plan failed. However, he still got a lot of powerful subordinates in the 6th floor of Impel Down, and Blackbeard can plunder the power of Devil Fruit. In the past 2 years, he plundered the power of Demon Fruit everywhere and built a pirate group that is almost entirely composed of people with special abilities. Now he is also doing well in the new world, but because he has lost the shock fruit, Blackbeard is not one of the 4 emperors in terms of strength or power. Advertisement. So Blackbeard hates Uchiha Zanyan to death, but he has no way to deal with Uchiha Zanyan now. Not only does he have no way, he doesn't even dare to provoke him. He is now secretly accumulating strength, waiting for him to gather more and more powerful partners, or when Uchiha Zanyan gets into trouble, he doesn't mind adding insult to injury. After understanding the dynamics of the world, Uchiha Zanyan went to see Nine Tails again. I don't know if Nine Tails has become very homely because he has been locked up for a long time. Now that he has a free body, he is unwilling to move around at will. Every day he just lazily stays in the village. When it saw Uchiha Zanyan for the first time, its hair stood on end. The aura of Uchiha Zanyan gave it a very dangerous feeling. It knew that its chief master had become stronger again, which made it feel terrified. It had lived from the era of Sage of Six Paths to the present, and Sage of Six Paths were born saints. But the young master in front of it now gave it a stronger sense of oppression than Sage of Six Paths. Is this kid a monster? Is there no limit to his strength? Uchiha Zanyan chatted with his pet Nine Tails and then went to Uchiha Security Company to show his face. It's not good for the big boss not to show up all the time. Now Uchiha Security Company doesn't need him to participate in management at all. The company has expanded many times, and business negotiations are all taken by other people. The security orders have been scheduled until next year. He just wanted to find something for the Uchiha clan to do. After all, if he stayed there all the time, he would be useless. Unexpectedly, the business is getting bigger and bigger. If it continues like this, it won't take many years for the world government to lose its job. Uchiha Security Company and the world government are completely at loggerheads. Now the world government's hatred for Uchiha Security Company is even higher than that for the Revolutionary Army. The Revolutionary Army has been inciting and fooling many countries in the world, which takes a lot of time and is slow to achieve results. Uchiha Security Company doesn't need that at all. Just look at the situation of those countries that paid for security. In the past, if a member country of the world government withdrew, it would become a meal for pirates. Now there are some people who don't believe in evil and want to take action against the client countries of Uchiha Security Company. Advertisement. The result is that everyone was killed and their bodies were hung up for 3 months. Even some extremely famous pirate groups were killed without exception. 013507014 Philu 192,252,580. This naturally caused some countries that paid high heavenly gold to be eager to move. It's just that the world government is too powerful now, and many countries are still unsure. After doing all this, Uchiha Zanyan finally went to teacher Orochimaru. Orochimaru built his own base on his own floating sky island. With the funds of Uchiha Security Company as a backup, and spending a lot of manpower and material resources, Orochimaru's research institute has been built. With the new power, Orochimaru is busy every day. Teacher Orochimaru, long time no see. Uchiha Zanyan came to Orochimaru's research institute and greeted Orochimaru. It's Zanyan. I heard that you went to other worlds. Did you bring gifts to the teacher? Of course, how could I forget teacher Orochimaru? Uchiha Zanyan took out a scroll. Orochimaru just said it casually, but he didn't expect that his chief disciple would really bring him a gift. Orochimaru opened the scroll. Bang! A corpse appeared in front of Orochimaru, and the identity of the corpse was Blue Note. Giving a corpse as a gift, if it was someone else, they would definitely be angry, but Orochimaru's eyes were full of excitement. X1. This is the human from that world, not right. Uchiha Zanyan took out another scroll, and after unwrapping it, many books appeared on it. Orochimaru was even more excited after seeing it. This is it. This is the magic book of that world, it records the magic of that world. Advertisement. Chapter 432 Artificial Devil Fruit. Advertisement. Magic. This was the first time that Orochimaru had heard this word. Magic is the power system of that world. Orochimaru was even more excited to hear this. There was nothing more interesting in this world than studying power. Zanyan, you really know how to surprise the teacher. How powerful is magic? Very strong. From the perspective of power alone, the power of magic is even higher than that of ninjutsu. Oh, then I'm even more interested. Then Orochimaru looked at Uchiha Zanyan carefully. You gave me a strong sense of oppression. This is not the kind of oppression from Conqueror's Haki, but the oppression you exude. It seems that you have gained a lot in that world. Orochimaru is a snake, and Uchiha Zanyan can now be said to be a dragon. Snakes naturally feel inferior to dragons. Well, I gained a lot in that world. Uchiha Zanyan briefly talked about his gains. Orochimaru's eyes turned red after hearing it. A magic world, all kinds of magic. This attraction is fatal to Orochimaru, especially in that world where humans are not the strongest, and there are creatures like dragons. And this creature's destructive power is comparable to that of the tailed beasts, and its combat power is even stronger, which makes Orochimaru uninterested in it. The tailed beasts are lives composed of chakra, and he has also studied them. It is something that is almost impossible to copy. Of course, what he wants to study most is his disciple, and he knows that his disciple is the real monster. Orochimaru can't wait to pick up the magic book and start studying, and Uchiha Zanyan turned and left. He didn't ask himself what research results this teacher has spent such a huge investment. Whether there are any results or not, Uchiha Zanyan will also support Orochimaru. After all, as long as Orochimaru is there is no need to worry about any strange things. Then it depends on what results Orochimaru can research. He has a special physique and can bury the Dragon Slayer magic crystal, but others may not be able to do so. In the world of fairy tale, not just anyone can bury the Dragon Slayer magic crystal. Advertisement. Moreover, the rules are different in different worlds. If you want to learn magic, you still have to go to the fairy tale world. At least you have to wait until Orochimaru has studied it clearly. Punk Hazard Island. This place is also called Ice and Fire Island. It is the island where Admiral Akainu and Admiral Aokiji competed for the position of marshal. Uchiha Zanyan witnessed the battle between Akainu and Aokiji with his own eyes, and naturally left the time and space coordinates on this island. At this time, the island has become a secret research institute. Uchiha Zanyan came here for only one purpose, which is to artificially create devil fruit. Although Vegapunk called the devil fruit a failure, the devil fruit itself was not weak at all, but it was eaten by a nasty little devil. This devil fruit can also cultivate an admiral-level strongman. It is a waste to give it to that little devil. Uchiha Zanyan used observation haki to sense it and quickly found the location of the research institute. Who are you? The guard at the entrance of the institute shouted at the stranger Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan didn't waste words. A wave of Conqueror's Haki swept across, and all the guards fainted. Uchiha Zanyan swaggered into the institute, and used illusion to find out the location of the artificial devil fruit made by Vegapunk. Vegapunk, you failed to make an artificial devil fruit, but this genius succeeded. This proves that this genius is much smarter than you. The greatest scientist in the world is me, Mr. Geisa. Lin chuckled. Scientist Mr. Geisa looked at the artificial devil fruit in front of him. This was a failed product made by Vegapunk, and he stole it when he left the World Government Scientific Institute. At this time, a footstep sounded, and Geisa looked back and saw a strange man appearing here. Who are you? Don't you know that outsiders are not allowed to enter here? Uchiha Zanyan glanced at Geisa, and Geisa suddenly felt like he was in an ice cellar. He felt a terrifying aura that made him P***s himself. Advertisement. At the same time, he also recognized the identity of the person who came. 013507014 Filu 192,262,100. Quote. Uchiha Zanyan. How is it possible? Why would such a big shot appear here? Although he was obsessed with research on weekdays, he still watched the live broadcast of the top battle 2 years ago. The one who impressed him the most was naturally Uchiha Zanyan. Uchiha Zanyan fought 1 against 5, which was simply too terrifying. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, he really couldn't believe that someone's strength could be so strong. Even though Uchiha Zanyan had faded out of people's sight for 2 years, Uchiha Zanyan's reputation still resounded throughout the world. He never thought that he would meet Uchiha Zanyan like this one day. I want to take this devil fruit away. Quote. Although Vegapunk said that this was a failed artificial devil fruit, Geisa always regarded it as a treasure. Uchiha Zanyan actually said that he wanted to snatch it away. If it was someone else, he would have done it long ago, but he was facing Uchiha Zanyan, the strongest man in the world. He couldn't muster any courage at all, and he also knew that the other party was just notifying him, not asking for his opinion. Uchiha Zanyan didn't even look at Geisa after he finished speaking, broke the glass cover, and picked up the devil fruit. Mr. Geisa wanted to say something, but he didn't dare to speak. Then Uchiha Zanyan used the Flying Thunder God technique and disappeared instantly. Why did this guy come here? And took away Vegapunk's artificial devil fruit, damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Geisa roared helplessly. When Uchiha Zanyan appeared again, he came to the floating sky island. Not far away, Kakashi was talking to Agai Fights. The two are new here, unfamiliar with this world, and having learned new powers, they naturally need to practice well. The strength of the two has also improved rapidly during this period. The two also noticed the arrival of Uchiha Zanyan and stopped. Advertisement. Chapter 433 Taking. Advertisement. Zanyan. Kakashi and Guy used the body flicker technique to appear in front of Uchiha Zanyan. How do you feel? Are you used to this place? I'm used to it. Uchiha Zanyan smiled at the two people and said, it seems that your strength has also improved a lot. Kakashi and Guy are the same age as him. They are both close friends. He likes to become stronger, but it does not mean that he wants to become stronger alone. He doesn't like that one day when he looks back, there is no one who can see his back. Guy shook his head and said, not very big, very big. Guy is good at physical skills. Now that he has learned hockey and breathing methods, his combat power has been greatly increased. Although Guy's attack was very strong before, there was always a great risk to fight against ninjutsu with his body. Now he doesn't have to worry about that at all. Armament hockey is combined with chakra, plus a drop of Uchiha Zanyan's blood, which can almost allow Guy to open the 8 inner gates unscrupulously. No, even standing here now, he felt that his body was no weaker than the one that opened the 6th gate of the 8 inner gates. If he opened the 8 inner gates again, his strength and speed would be raised to a higher level. Advertisement. Kakashi also nodded in agreement. After more than half a year of practice, he deeply felt the power of breathing in hockey. It's not that ninjutsu is not good, ninjutsu is very powerful, and in terms of strength, ninjutsu is even better than hockey. But it takes time to cast ninjutsu, maybe the time is very short, just a few breaths, but such a short time can determine the life and death of a ninja. So every ninja must be good at taijutsu in addition to ninjutsu, and taijutsu is the top priority. Because everyone's chakra is different, the more chakra is extracted, the greater the impact on their body, so ninjas are more often fighting with taijutsu. The existence of hockey infinitely magnifies the role of taijutsu, especially the tolerance rate. He used to be good at lightning-style ninjutsu, and developed the ninjutsu Chidori, which has strong attack power but very poor defense. When he uses Chidori, his attack is the strongest and the most vulnerable. Now, he activates the armed BECC, color hockey, and can rush forward without paying attention to the opponent's attack. In addition, the breathing method gives him an even more magical feeling, as if it has opened the shackles of the human body, and his strength is constantly increasing imperceptibly. Although it has only been half a year, he feels that he can beat 10 of himself half a year ago. Uchiha Zanyan is also very happy to see that the strength of his two friends has improved. Both of them have extraordinary qualifications. Although Hitaki Kakashi is always jokingly called a 50-50 match in the ninja world, he is 50-50 with masters and 50-50 with low-level players. Advertisement. But Kakashi is a man who has become the 6th Hokage, how can he be weak? Guy's body has been trained to an incredible level. I used to think that Itachi said Guy was a master, but at that time I felt that Guy was still a small fish. Later I realized how foresighted Itachi was. Zanyan, I feel like you've gotten stronger again. Guy said. His strength had obviously increased greatly, but he felt that the gap between him and Zanyan had not narrowed at all. Well, there have been some gains during this period, but whether it is suitable for you is not certain. I came here today to get a good thing. Uchiha Zanyan said and took out the artificial devil fruit. Devil fruit. Guy and Kakashi have been in this world for more than half a year, so they are naturally not ignorant of this world. Devil fruit is a kind of fruit that can give people special abilities. This thing makes even two people who come from the world with ninjutsu very surprised. I didn't expect that there is such a magical treasure in this world. Well, this is a devil fruit, but to be precise, it is an artificial devil fruit. Artificial devil fruit. Guy and Kakashi were shocked to hear this. Can people also make devil fruit? Isn't this equivalent to mass production of masters with special powers? Well, this is the devil fruit made by world government scientists. Who of you two will take it? Kakashi asked. I heard that if you take the devil fruit, you will be cursed by the sea, unable to swim, and unable to use your abilities in the sea water. You will lose your strength. Uchiha Zanyan nodded. Yes, but this statement is not accurate. You can't use your abilities in the sea water, but the abilities themselves have not disappeared. As for the loss of strength, this can be overcome through practice. For us ninjas, it doesn't make any difference whether you can swim or not. Give this devil fruit to Guy. I am good at using various ninjutsu, and fighting in the sea water is also a big advantage for me. If I lose this advantage in exchange for an ability, it is not suitable for me. Quote. Kakashi said, he is good at using various environments to fight, not just frontal combat. Compared with Uchiha Zanyan and Guy, Kakashi is more like a traditional ninja. Uchiha Zanyan gave the devil fruit to Guy, and Guy did not refuse. He also wanted to taste the taste of the legendary devil fruit, and ate the devil fruit in one mouthful. Guy's face turned black as soon as he ate it. If he didn't know that this thing was precious, he really wanted to spit it out. Kakashi asked curiously, is it delicious? It's so disgusting. How can there be such a disgusting thing? Are all devil fruits so disgusting? Guy shouted loudly, this is really disgusting, he has never eaten such a disgusting thing, how can something be so disgusting? Yes, I couldn't stand the taste when I ate it at first, but the taste is disgusting, but the power of devil fruit is still very strong, you can try it. Kakashi was also a little curious, wondering what devil Guy ate. Fruit. Guy also felt it carefully, and then his body began to change. Advertisement. Chapter 434 Dragon. Advertisement. Guy's face began to change, his face began to lengthen, and then his hands and body, all of which had scales, and in the blink of an eye, a pink dragon rushed into the sky. Dragon. Kakashi was stunned when he saw the dragon that Guy had turned into. I didn't expect that the artificial devil fruit could actually turn people into dragons, but why was this dragon pink? It looked so unruly. Uchiha Zanyan couldn't help but twitch his mouth when he saw the death Barbie pink dragon in the sky. This color was even more eye-catching than Guy's green. What is this? Guy was stunned when he saw his appearance at this time. How did he become like this? The dragon was very handsome, but this color was actually pink. The color difference was too big. How could he go out and meet people like this? Don't consider the color problem, just look at the ability. Uchiha Zanyan smiled. Anyway, if he ate it, he would never use this devil fruit anyway. Guy had no choice but to accept Zanyan's words, because he had already eaten it, and it was too late to spit it out now. First of all, it was strength. Guy felt that he now had terrifying strength, and it was easy to break gold and split rocks. He could also use the power of wind, fire and thunder. Guy opened his mouth and spit out a large number of wind blades, and the violent wind blades swept across a hill. Boom. In the blink of an eye, the hill was cut into pieces. Awesome. Kakashi was very surprised to see this power. Although he knew that the power of devil fruit in this world was very strong, Guy had just taken devil fruit and wiped out a hill. Such power was really terrible. Guy was also very satisfied with this power, so he no longer cared about the color. If you look closely, pink is still very cute. Then Guy's body spun like a gyroscope, generating several huge tornadoes. It looked like a natural disaster. Dex. Advertisement. Guy roared loudly, and his roar turned into thunder. Then Guy opened his mouth and spit out a hot breath, and in a blink of an eye, a mountain was evaporated by the hot breath. Kakashi was stunned when he saw it. It was so strong, and the destructive power was comparable to that of Nine Tails. Oh, so strong. This devil fruit is so strong. Guy was a little excited and shouted and jumped up and down in the air. Soon, Guy returned to his human form and landed on the ground. Zanyan, are all artificial devil fruits so powerful? Kakashi asked Uchiha Zanyan, if they are all so powerful, this is too pervert. Uchiha Zanyan shook his head. No, this is the bloodline factor extracted by Vegapunk from 4 Emperors Kaido, and it is an artificial devil fruit. It can be said to be a replica of Kaido's devil fruit. 4 Emperors Kaido. Kakashi and Guy are not novices at this time. They know that 4 Emperors Kaido is a big pirate in the New World and the boss of the world's top forces. The other party actually took such a devil fruit. You are Guy, he is Kaido, both are guys, so it seems that using the same fruit is also suitable. Quote. Uchiha Zanyan said casually. This devil fruit is indeed more suitable for Guy. Guy is good at physical skills. Combined with the power and defense of this devil fruit, Guy can fight Kaido head-on. I am a Guy, and he is also a Guy. We both ate the same devil fruit. It is indeed the arrangement of fate. We will have a battle to decide who is the strongest Guy. Uchiha Zanyan said casually, but Guy felt the call of fate. The name of the world's strongest creature Kaido of the beasts is well known in this world, and he, Guy, was once the blue beast of Konoha, and he would never lose to the other party. Guy now has a new goal, he wants to defeat 4 Emperors Kaido. Then Uchiha Zanyan and 2 best friends had dinner and drinks together, and talked about what happened to Baozia Zantan in another world in the past 6 months. Both of them were very shocked. There were real dragons in another world, and that world used magic, which made both of them very interested. Asterisk. Thinking that I must go and see it in the future. Advertisement. A few days later, Uchiha Zanyan received a call. President, the King of Dressrosa, Don Quixote Doflamingo, has prepared a competition, and the prize is Mera Mera fruit. Quote. Uchiha Zanyan's eyes lit up when he heard this. Mera Mera fruit, the devil fruit used by Ace, the captain of the 2nd Division of the Whitebeard Pirates. It was also the devil fruit that Uchiha Zanyan intended to prepare for Itachi. Although the power displayed by Mera Mera fruit was average compared to other Logia devil fruits. But the power of Mera Mera fruit is actually very strong, but the level of the user is a little bit worse. Itachi is good at fire style, and with Mera Mera fruit, Itachi's strength will be greatly improved. So he sent people to keep an eye on the news of Mera Mera fruit early. Since he learned this news, he naturally would not let it go. Uchiha Zanyan immediately found Itachi and Shisui. Itachi, there is news about the devil fruit prepared for you. Quote. Uchiha Itachi was stunned after hearing this. 2 years ago, Zanyan said that he had prepared a devil fruit for him. He was a little curious at that time. However, so much time has passed, he almost forgot about this matter. Of course, he is not so obsessed with devil fruit now. Ninjutsu, eye technique, breathing method and hockey, these powers are enough. What kind of devil fruit is Zanyan brother? Mera Mera fruit, which is the devil fruit of the captain of the 2nd Division of the Whitebeard Pirates who was executed in the Battle of the Top. Now I have received all the inheritance of the Whitebeard Pirates. Then, that devil fruit should naturally belong to me. Mera Mera fruit. Shisui also had some impression. Mera Mera fruit and his thunder fruit are both Logia devil fruits, but one is lightning and the other is fire. For the Uchiha clan, fire is naturally very suitable. Where is it? Where is it? Shisui asked anxiously. He had wanted to get a devil fruit for Itachi for a long time. In Dressrosa with advertisement.